Away. right. Welcome everybody to the Maze of Thoughts podcast. Sometimes I don't even know. I think it's a podcast, live show, it's whatever. They call podcasts everything nowadays. So here we are. I'm EldritchsPIG. Welcome. You're on MSP Waves listening to the Maze of Thoughts. And with me, as always, is Trey50Daniel. What's up, dude?
Nothing much, man. It's been a week. It's been a heck of a
It
week.
has been a week. Quite indeed so. Facts. What have you been up to?
Nothing much. Just watching some funny stuff happen recently. You know, if you've been paying attention to like news and stuff.
Not really. Not really. I don't really watch the news. I only I fucking wake up, I turn my PC on, watch a couple of videos, sometimes repeats, and then I put a stream on, and then I do shit, and then I go to the couch, and then I go to bed, and it's about it. But what's going on? What's happening?
Well, there's a lot of kind of we can get more into the like details of some of the stuff. But there's the Alex Jones trial, and there's a few other things that we can get into.
Oh, I saw a video by a dude that barely went viral or some shit, but it's just like Alex Jones saying, I think like the Clintons involved with Epstein or some shit like that, and it's like
Yeah.
funny because it's got like the Joe Rogan and commentators or whatever the fuck going like whoa and something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I only know fucking Alex Jones is apparently being trialed because of apparently like something I heard on a video very briefly or something. Outside of that, I have no fucking idea about that. I didn't even know he was getting fucking trialed.
Yeah, it's the Sandy Hook shooting. They
I have no
there
idea
were
what
some of
that is.
the
Sounds
so
like a
in like
character.
well, it's 10 years ago. There was a this is how crazy it is that he's just now getting uh to trial about this, but it's like 10 years ago. Basically, what he said is we don't know like if this is a real event because there were some really weird things happening with it because like you have like quote unquote like some of the parents of the like they said you were parents and then like people were questioning whether these people were actually parents because they're supposedly like their child is dead and they're walking out there like snickering and laughing about like they're like trying to like they're like what's going on guys is we about to start now like haha and then all of a sudden you see them get serious and then they say yes my little Susie died in this terrible tragic accident. It's like that is a very weird shift. And so people were looking into it, and Alex
Mm.
Jones was one of them. And he was questioning things. He was like, "Well,
That
this seems really weird."
reminds me of the Maddie McCann situation. Because when I watched the documentary, was one of the first things I noticed was like how the fucking parents were just kind of like, you know, you'd expect them to be like fucking crying tears and snot and everything. It was just like super collected and shit. Anyways, tangent. Keep going.
So he's getting sued over that because some of the parents are saying like, "Well, no, you said this was fake, but this is real, and we want to sue you." I don't know how they're getting to sue him because it's what he believed at the time. Like he believed like, okay, well, this is like he was going down a rabbit hole. He was basically saying like, uh, is this real? And he was trying to like see like, hey, is there any reason to doubt the validity of this event? And I mean, like, if apparently, if you even question that, you can get sued over it now. He's got to pay like, I think it
I
said
mean,
they
it is
said he's got to pay
America.
like 45 million.
You can probably sue a fucking pigeon for stepping on, you know, for being
Yeah,
shit
sue the
on.
pigeon for crapping on you. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's for me, it's like a crazy situation, you know.
Yeah.
Just
But he
suing for everything
he's
and whatever.
Well, it's so weird. It's there's certain things you can sue over. Like certain things are like, oh well, no, you can't sue over that. Like stuff that you would think like, okay, well, this is definitely like, oh, like a medical company screws you over and gives you the wrong medicine, or like like a hospital screws you up or whatever. Oh no, you can't sue over that, but because you signed a waiver, like they could have done whatever to you. They could have taken your arm off, and who cares? But then have something like this, like where you said something that people didn't agree with, and then all of a sudden you get sued like crazy. But it's just weird how they allow certain things and then they don't allow other things. Definitely shows you who has like the basically who has privilege in the society, like because
Right, but
like the
what
medical companies and
so what exactly is like the conclusion with Alex Jones? I mean, I'm not a fan of Alex Jones, never been. But he is a character for sure. But yeah, I mean,
well,
never been like
apparently they just came to a verdict not too long ago. He has to pay like 45 million, which I
God,
don't think he
God
has that.
damn.
It's weird though too, because like there's no way this is worth 40 million of just you said something that they didn't like somebody didn't like something you said.
I
So
mean,
it's
it is 2022, so I'm not surprised. So yeah,
true.
imagine like you call someone a she when it's a he, and
Well,
they sue
or
you
worse,
for
you
10
say,
million, fucking 10
or worse, you
million.
say the f word about someone who actually is gay or whatever, and all of a
Fuck or
sudden you get
faggot?
you know which one.
Faggot? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
fucking bundle of sticks, man. Come on, get over it.
Well, it's the American sensibilities get offended.
Right. I don't give a shit about their fucking sensibility. They can fucking shove a bundle of sticks up their asses. But
Well, apparently they are. If you saw how the monkeypox thing is being treated.
I mean, they're just
Did you
having orgies and shit, right?
Yeah, yeah. There was actually one guy that it went viral. He was
Hmm.
literally talking about he would sit there and like uh they would drink piss and they would be
Oh yeah,
like
we
have a
watched.
big
We listened to
oh yeah,
that
yeah.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but there were like there's more cases of that. They were like, yeah, I went to this orgy, and then all of a sudden it's like, why did you why did you go to that if you know that this is going on and it's so dumb, so dumb how they can just how they don't have to. And then there was actually a God, if I could find the article, there was an article talking about the monkeypox, and it was like we shouldn't they should have be able to choose like it's funny because they're treating this way different from COVID because it's like they should be able to choose to do with their body how they want. It's like what, wait a second, hold up, wait a minute, the because with COVID you had to go get injected, but
Mm.
now this this you don't have to you don't you can
Yeah,
go have
screw
as
it.
many
Co-
orgies.
COVID doesn't exist in the alphabet squad, man. They're good. They're immune. It's
As long
fucking
as you have
funny.
the right as long as you have the right ideas on your side, I guess. Like you say the right oh well I'm a non-binary whatever, then all of a sudden you could be whatever you want, do whatever you want.
Yeah, even though like 90% of life is fucking binary, but they're non-binary. You know what's been like kind of interesting for me, like just to sort of, go for something else. But on the same topic. Do you know the show One Day at a Time?
No, I've never
It's
watched it.
it's like a show about like a Cuban family and shit. And
Mhm.
the family has, it's basically just like a single mother raising, the kids. And it's like, a comedy and shit. It airs on Fox Comedy. But the daughter is it's like a teenager activist, lesbian, fucking all that stupid shit. And like the character of that she plays is the most annoying fucking thing in the world. like it's always fight the patriarchy and whatever. Like, oh my fucking god, dude. And I watch the show because, like, I'll go to bed and shit. I turn the TV on and I put it on Fox Comedy and stuff. Sometimes there's like cool shit like Family Guy and American Dad and stuff like that. And then there's like these shows, and it made me think, like, is that sort of like a satire on how annoying these fucking, because she's annoying for the whole family. Like it's not just you know what I mean, like she's literally annoying. Like even the fucking family finds her annoying as shit. So everyone finds it fucking annoying. So I wonder if it's like a satire, or if it's the writers of the show being like fucking virtue signalers or whatever the fuck. But I feel like if they were virtue signaling, like, I feel like she wouldn't be entirely annoying for everybody. And like, and people would be like, "Oh no, you're absolutely right and shit," but she's annoying all the fucking time, dude. It's crazy. So I kind of feel like it's kind of a satire, but holy shit, man, it's so annoying.
Well, since Fox is usually like more like they've been started adding some like LGBT and all this kind of stuff in some of their shows.
BlackRock fucking forces all those companies and shit.
Yeah, but as far as like
Fox, but
oh no, I mean almost like BlackRock is almost involved in every company. Like BlackRock and Vanguard are like they fund every company pretty much. Like
I also don't like. I don't know if our Fox, like, do you guys have Fox Comedy or do you just have like FX? Because we used to have, it used to be Fox, and then it used to be FX. FX was for like American Dad, Family Guy, other shows and stuff like that. And then they fucking changed that shit for us. So now there's Fox, there's Fox Movies, there's Fox Live, there's Fox Crime, and there's fucking Fox Comedy. So I like, is it the same in America, or it's like just for us or some shit, like a European fucking thing?
Most of like, let's see, like usually there's the main Fox. There's like, you have like a local Fox channel, like there's like Fox, the main Fox, which is like Fox News and all that, and then there's like
we don't have no Fox News. There's just the entertainment part.
Oh yeah, that would be like a FX here, probably. Yeah, because like FX is.
So that's what I find weird, because like that's what we used to have. We used to have Fox, normal Fox, which was it used to air like Bones. I don't know if you remember that show, but
Bones. Bones is a great show. Yeah, Bones is a good show.
And then it had like fuck the like criminal stuff, like not true crime, but like criminal stuff and whatever the fuck. And then the FX was like for comedy,
like Law and Order and stuff,
fiction. And then they changed it for like Fox fucking Comedy, Fox Live, Fox Movies, Fox fucking what, Fox Suck This, like, dude, it's so much shit. And I don't understand why. Like, they could have just kept it like Fox and FX. Boom. Done. Period. Cool. It's like, I don't know why the fuck they changed it. And the thing that pisses me off is like the advertisement, the like for the shows and shit, the little sort of like when they present like now there's summertime and there's specific comedy movies that they air through Fox Comedy, especially like during weekends and stuff. They just grab like from like 9 p.m. to like 2-3 a.m. they have movies going on, and then they do these like sort of advertisement basically for showcasing the movies and just like stuff like that. But it's just like, oh my god, it's so annoying, a lot of it. But I know it's mostly Portuguese stuff. Like it's not mostly. It's literally just Portuguese stuff. But it's so annoying. I literally wonder if the fucking motherfuckers that are writing those ads are like 12-year-olds, because it's just so fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah, well, like all the commercials are kind of stupid now because then basically they have to do the LOL so random humor, like oh lol so random, like kind of humor. That's what the kind of Zoomer humor is nowadays, and so
Or it's
like
not
they
even
have to
Zoomer
appeal
humor.
to
It's just like plain fucking annoying, you know? Like it's not even Zoomer humor. It's just annoying. It's just like so
well, that's every
poorly
ad nowadays. Like,
written.
because
You,
there
I
are no
know.
good ads anymore.
Yeah.
I used to remember good commercials. Like they had actually good commercials. And I was like, oh, dude, remember the commercial where like there are plenty of people you can talk to, and like, you'll be like, oh, remember the commercial from like especially the Super Bowl commercial. Like they used to be really good. Like that would be where you're like, oh, you watch the Super Bowl just because you want to see the commercials, because like, well, like these are going to be some really cool commercials. And this will be like, all of a sudden you have like, crazy, there's some crazy stuff in the commercial, but they made sense. Like they were like, oh,
Yeah.
something weird happens, like a bear comes up and comes into the camp or whatever. Then
Dude,
all of a sudden it's like, well,
a
should
lot
have
of
had
the
a truck.
commercials
Should have.
for like drinks nowadays and shit, they're so fucking stupid. There's this commercial for like this drink. I don't even know. I've never seen that drink in my life physically, but it's always airing on that on fucking Fox Comedy. It's like a fucking stupid ass Zoomer song, and one of the things that they say on the song is like, I can do whatever the hell I want, and I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. Try it. You can't fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it's like so fucking stupid, man. The ads are just like ads are so like they have no soul. I feel like they have no essence to them. It's just
Well,
plain boring, the same old, same old. You know, like there's this ad as well
so
where it's like fucking a chick grabs a guitar and the music is complete fucking dog shit. It's not even like guitar being played or anything. It's just so bad, dude. Like what happened? Like holy shit.
I can tell you what happened. Like they started having so now whenever a commercial is made, they either hire like a secondary marketing agency, or they hire what it used to be. The reason the commercials used to be so good is because you'd have somebody do it in the house. They were like they would have their own team, like, okay, go make a commercial for us and make it good, because we want like, here's what our product's about. Go make it, go make this commercial and make people want to buy this, because of these reasons. Because the most familiar to me is like whenever around Christmas time you have like the commercials for Coke, and it has like the polar
Yeah.
bear and like Santa Claus and stuff like that. Like you have like the polar bear and Santa Claus, and like you put that in a commercial with a Coke, and have like a polar bear drinking a Coke. I mean, that makes me want to drink a Coke. I mean, it has soul, it has meaning, it has
Right,
reason.
but the thing
But like,
is, don't they want to sell their products anymore? Like the ads should be fucking good still, especially nowadays where you have so much ease of making like super cool shit for cheaper, like way cheaper than back in the day. Like it's fucking stupid, you know that
yeah,
things
well,
are.
but like I said though, that they have to, they outsource it. Like they're like, hey,
Oh yeah,
here,
but
we don't have
like
the time to.
like, but the thing is, if you outsource something to someone, and they continuously do like fucking stupid, worthless pieces of shit, you'd think, well, we're not gonna fucking hire you again. And eventually, at some point, it'd be like, well, this is obviously in like a world of reason and logic, but unfortunately, we don't live in a fucking world like that. But you'd think like if a company fucks up like one or two times, they lose the client and they might lose more clients because then it's like, well, they're fucking just doing shitty ass commercials. Like we're not gonna fucking hire these guys. We're not gonna, work with these guys. Like fuck that, you know. But it's
Well,
continuously the same fucking garbage.
well, if that worked, like if this is sort of like, kind of, you were talking about BlackRock or whatever, but like this is sort of like that whole thing is like they're propping up some of these companies because
Oh, but that's in
they're saying the
America.
right things.
BlackRock is not in fucking. I mean, maybe they are with some fucking. I don't fucking know, to be honest. But I mean, like I'm telling you, our ads are also fucking dog shit. It's like I'm talking about like some ads are
Well, it's a
imported
global thing.
from
Like it's a
America.
it's a global.
So all they do is basically just dub the ads. That's all they do, and
Mhm.
it's like the same shit. But some of them are done here, and they're so
Mhm.
bad. They're just so fucking dog shit. And it's
Well,
like,
it's
man,
like it's like I was saying though, like the idea is like if you the reason when you hire somebody and it doesn't work and the reason they keep doing it is because like they're gonna get like points for like if their commercial showcases diversity, they get brownie points for that. It's really like a suck up mentality because now if they do that, people like, oh, I'm gonna buy Coke stock because their ESG score went up, or they have like ESG funds now where basically if your company tries to be green or whatever, and if they try to promote social justice and all this kind of stuff, that they get promoted. So like they basically get brownie points for doing some really bad commercials, and you can look no further than like Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's is losing a lot of money, and yet they make like they make like George Floyd ice cream, and then they make like Pride Month ice cream, and it's just not working. Like none of it's working for like people like me who don't like
the
I
fuck
don't
is
care about
George
that kind
Floyd's
of
ice
message.
cream? Does it have a bit of him
Um,
in the fucking?
no, yeah, well, I say that, but it's like a social justice ice cream. Like they're like saying like, oh, like uh
Is
that
the ice cream supporting the family, or is it just like, nah, let's just call it George Floyd ice cream because we're super cool guys and we stand with the black people. Woo!
well, I'm saying George Floyd, but they called it like it was some kind of social justice. It was like a hey, like support, like black history. Like they did it during Black History Month. It was like, oh, like this supports black,
Oh,
like
so like the
families and
same
stuff like that.
bullshit as the Pride Month.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same kind of deal. Like if I can find it, but they basically do these like marketing, and like it loses them customers, but they keep doing it because they keep getting funding from like the ESG score stuff, like because you get bonus points for all that stuff, and then people will like invest money in your company, and it doesn't matter whether you make money or not at that point, because other people are going to invest in your company. So who cares if you
See
make
that
actually
that's
make?
the problem where too much money fucking is problematic, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause they have so much fucking money they don't even care about losing some. It's like, whatever. You know, like those fucking companies like BlackRock and Vanguard and stupid shit like that. It's funny that the fucking wasn't the anti cheat for Valorant called Vanguard?
I think it was originally like they were originally going to call it that, but they renamed it. I think
Yeah,
they
no,
probably got
I
a
just find
legal
it
notice.
I find it funny because of that company and the thing's called Vanguard, and people are complaining how intrusive the fucking thing was. It's I don't know. It's like a funny
Yeah,
coincidence to me.
it's like basically a rootkit to your PC.
Yeah, hilarious shit. Anyways,
But other than actually, you if you want to play this is pretty funny. There's a there was a funny moment that if you're an American, you would understand how funny this is. So we have federal agents, that they'll go check and make sure, like they're checking on making sure people are legally buying guns, like so part of the ATF, which I don't know why we're lumped, like the ATF stands for alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. So I don't know why
yeah.
all those things go together, but apparently we put them all
Oh,
in the same.
because they drink as long as they drink as well at the same time as they're smoking, and then they go shooting.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably
So
true.
yeah,
But yeah, um, yeah, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. So this is the video. If you want to play this ATF, this federal agent, he was going and he was trying to check out this guy. Basically, he thought that this guy illegally bought his shotgun, but the guy was like, he was like, no, like I don't want to answer you. So he calls the cops, the local cops, and he tells them that there's a guy impersonating a police officer, and so they come in there and they take it seriously, and they're like, oh, like, like, get on the ground. They're telling him, like, he's like, no, I'm a federal agent, and they were like, no, we need to see your ID. And then so you have a cop arresting a federal agent, and then he's like freaking out. He's like, no. You have to play the whole thing, but you could play part of it.
I'm just like trying to do something cool here with the OBS. I'm just gonna fuck it, whatever. Okay. Stick again then.
Yeah. Hey, turn around. Let me see your hands. Turn around. Let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
I'm a federal agent.
917-110-3.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground.
I'm a federal agent.
Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
You didn't ask for it.
He is at 335.
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is?
Listen, I'm not getting on.
I have no problem making this.
I just want to see if anybody's reason to respond as well.
Pocket. You're the one overreacting.
I'm not overreacting. We got a call that someone's impersonating a police officer out here who doesn't have ID.
No kidding, because she doesn't want to open it.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
It ain't happening.
Okay, fine. Fine. Do you think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground.
I'm not getting on the ground.
For things.
I'm not getting on the ground.
Pull it up.
I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist. Keep your hands up. Get your hands up.
Sir, don't argue. Face down on the ground. Face down now. Face down.
You guys are making a big mistake.
Fine, we'll settle in a second. Settle it. Face down now. All the way down. All the way. All the
You
way.
got my IDs right here, left pocket. Left.
And we're going to put your arm behind your back,
Wait
sir.
a second.
Do not resist.
I'm not resisting.
You're acting like a moron.
Wait a second.
Stop.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license out of my pocket.
We're getting you secure.
Please, wait. No, whoa. Hold on. I'm hyperventilating. Please, sir. I'm
resisting.
I'm not.
Stop resisting.
Would you
now.
please get my ID out of my left pocket?
Stop.
I'm begging you. My wife's pregnant. Please. It's right here.
Resist.
Please get it. Wait, sir, help me up. Just hold me up. Sir, I can't do it. Wait. Sir!
Stop resisting now.
Please help me. Sir, please get my
taser out.
my federal creds.
Get your taser out, Bill.
No, don't do that, please. Sir,
Don't make me tase you.
You're going to get tased. Put your right arm behind your back.
Okay.
Put your right arm behind
help
your
me
back.
up.
No.
Help me up.
No, you're going to stay on the ground and put your right arm behind your back.
Let me breathe.
You can
I'm
breathe
gonna.
just fine.
I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay, here. My God,
Get him cuffed.
it is cuffed. Please stop.
Get him cuffed.
Please stop,
He tases
sir.
him right here.
Wait a second. Sir, please help me up. Please. I'm a federal agent. My God, my gun, my
You have
pistol.
no idea what you are, acting the way you are.
Sir,
Who the heck do you think you are acting like?
nobody. I wanted you to see my goddamn creds. The lady was freaking out, for Christ's sake. Oh. Sir, please. Please. My God. Sir.
Oh, roll over. Sit up.
It's in my goddamn
Sit up.
shoulder, my
Sit up.
creds.
Let him sit up. Let
I
him sit up.
showed her my goddamn creds, for Christ's sake. Right there, left pocket. Left pocket, cargo pocket. Please take her out.
They don't try and
Guys,
sit
I
up.
get it. I fucking get it.
Then you should have behaved the way
You act the way you did.
Yes, I
wrong
wanted
with
you to
you?
see my creds, for Christ's sake. My God, I'm here to fucking talk
No,
to
you're the one that's in the wrong.
Sir.
You know if you have interaction with the police, you obey commands.
Sir, I was trying to
No, you didn't obey any commands.
Sir, I'm with you guys, for Christ's sake. I'm a fucking federal agent.
Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's your supervisor's name?
Hang on a second. The sack is currently John McPherson, who's on his way out to retire, who will soon be rolling.
I took the mag out.
My God. This is crazy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Stand up.
I'm
Stand
not
up.
trying to be ashamed of myself.
Come out and see the back of the cruiser.
Say, let me see
Get in the car.
head.
Get in the car.
Sir, please.
You gotta see the back of the cruiser.
My God. Sir, I'm just trying to do my goddamn
Get in the
job.
car. Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait.
No.
Hold on, he's holding him. I'm locking the door.
Relax.
Hold him.
Hey, guys, please. Talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car.
No,
We'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my credit. You didn't let me show it to you.
Once tried.
I did.
Get in there. Have a seat.
Wait.
Now.
Have a seat.
Please, wait. I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please,
you
sir,
can-
let
you
me
can
breathe.
sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe. I have a medical condition.
We're gonna get air T. Get your
No,
legs in. Get your legs in. We're closing this door.
Sir,
Get your legs in.
917. You
I
have
need
a
air.
squad rolling. This guy's killing me.
sir,
Having
please,
breathing
call an
problems.
ambulance. I'm asking
I
for an
just
ambulance.
did.
Got a
2
medic
seconds
coming.
ago.
Get in the car.
Sir, I don't need the taser didn't.
You just said call an ambulance. We don't need a medic.
No, you don't want one.
Get all the way in the car. Get all
Sir,
the way
I
in.
can't breathe.
Go run.
Wait, sir.
All the way in. Put your seat all the way
No,
in.
sir, I'm begging you. Get all the way in. Wait, how did this happen? Okay. Get in.
For crying out loud, you're a cop. You had an ass.
No, wait, I can't. You're fucking my head up. The seatbelt's in place. Please. What the fuck?
Why would you act like this?
I didn't.
Sitting at the door.
Please, sir, I
You
can't.
ought to be ashamed of yourself.
They should have just slammed his foot in there.
Sir, I'm trying to give you my credit.
My free cred.
Sir.
Secure in your vehicle. Secure the gun in your vehicle.
Please call my supervisor. Please call John McPherson.
We have our supervisor on the way. We'll let him handle it.
Is there like anything interesting?
No, you saw the interesting part, but
Okay.
so he's a federal agent. He's actually, he's got credentials. Like, he's talking about his creds. Like, you get all like squeaky because like all of a sudden the cops are on him because this lady, I think they said it was a lady that called. She just bought a shotgun, and then all of a sudden, like, this guy's wanting to go, like, it's almost like an audit. Like, he was trying to make sure that like the person who bought the gun is actually who has the gun.
Hmm.
So he was doing this thing. He's coming there. He's trying to knock on her door, which is, you don't have to answer. Like, you don't have to listen. Like, as long as, if you're not a criminal, like if you haven't done anything wrong, you don't have to. You don't. In America, you don't really have to answer these people. But
I mean, no one's
she
a
was just
criminal
like,
until they commit a crime, but
yeah, but the in the American system, like they're trying to like incriminate you before you actually commit a crime now.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The whole fucking thing is crazy to me because like I have fucking guns and ATFs and whatever the fuck. Like that's the whole fucking thing is crazy to me. But I mean, on one hand,
it's like basically
the guy's
this is
a
like a
pussy,
cop.
but at the same time, it's like the cops are just like they don't even let him. I mean, I understand, like he could pull out a fucking gun on them and try to shoot them. I understand, but at the same time, it's like, but I don't even know who the fuck he's on the wrong and who the fuck he's on the, like. That's just a stupid fuck situation that shit would never fucking happen here. Like I don't know.
The problem is like the agent who is there. The reason that I said like this makes me happy is because like this agent, all their jobs are to do is basically nose into everybody's business. Like if you go buy a gun, like they want to go and make like they're gonna be nosy about like you having guns. Like, okay, well, are you a bad person? Are you like you're gonna be like a terrorist? Like they're looking in all this stuff. Like especially after like the Patriot Act. Like
we kind of have kind of like the same. But it's Isaiah. It's like Authority of Safety of Food Safety and Economics or some fucking stupid shit like that. They kind of do the same shit. It's just they're always like on the fucking, they're snooping around all over the place with, you know, general stores, restaurants, and stuff like that, and they fucking go for like the tiniest fucking things, and people just don't like them at all.
Yeah,
But
that's
obviously,
basically
you know,
what it is here. Yeah, but
we don't
it's
have
for like, you know,
guns.
like people who have guns here, like that. You don't want people going in like, you know, trying to like come in here and like, hey, are you sure you're supposed authorized? Like, are you gonna commit terrorism against the U.S.? Like, no. If I was, then I would already go do it. So like, it's stupid
Mm,
to have.
nah,
Well, no.
man, people fucking snap, dude. People snap out of nowhere. So many
Well, but
fucking cases
they're
of
trying to
that
plan
shit. Like
who.
you
Well, they're
can't
trying to
just say
plan
that.
who snaps. Well,
You'll never
you don't know
plan
who
who
the
the fuck snaps, dude. Snapping is just, it just fucking happens. You'd never expect it. I
but they're
mean,
trying to. That's the problem. The pig is like they're trying to like say like, oh well, who's gonna be a terrorist? Like you're never gonna know
oh,
that. Like yeah, they're basically they're snooping in everybody's business and saying like,
oh, so
hey,
like
is this person?
if so, okay, so if I lived in America and I just wanted to buy like a fucking 9mm for my gun, my place or whatever, and I look a little bit Hispanic, somewhat, if I catch some sun. So they're like, oh, this guy could be fucking, you know, a terrorist or something. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, they could totally do that. Like they would be like, oh
Okay.
well, this guy looks like he could be part of
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah. That's why everybody hates them, but they still exist. So like they go that's why like it's funny that the cops are arresting him because he's basically all he's there for is to snoop in people's business and basically say like, okay, like you know, like are you gonna, like, you bought a gun, are you gonna be a terrorist and all this stuff, like go interrogate you and all this stuff.
The reason I said
That's
that
why.
is because I'm not sure like if you are aware of this situation, but I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Pat O'Brien, who was the guitar player for Cannibal Corpse for many years, he was always considered like a cool, chill dude. But it was always like super deeply into fucking guns and shit. And
Mhm.
one fucking night or some shit, he just flipped. He just snapped, and I don't like. I think he like fucking tried to knife a fucking sergeant or some shit like that. Pat O'Brien. Let me see if I can find this. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with this guy anymore. Okay. Something here from 2021. Former Cannibal Corpse guitarist Pat O'Brien sentenced for role in bizarre burglary. He burgled a neighbor's home after setting his own house alight. He just set up a bunch of fucking explosives in
his
his house
house.
and shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. Former Cannibal Corpse guitarist Pat O'Brien has been sentenced for his role in a bizarre incident that saw him being arrested for assault and burglary while his own house caught fire. O'Brien was arrested in 2018. So it was 2018 for burglary and assault after allegedly entering a neighbor's home in Northdale, Florida, and shoving her to the floor. It was claimed that while the incident took place, O'Brien's own rented home was burning down. As consequence reports, O'Brien shouted, "The rapture is coming." See what I'm
Oh
saying
my
with the
gosh.
snapping, dude? Yeah, this is a
Well-
dude who played fucking brutal death metal for a living. He keeps saying when he broke into his neighbor's house and was eventually subdued with a stun gun after attempting to charge at a deputy with a knife. There it is. A subsequent search of his home revealed more than 80 firearms, a couple flamethrowers, and 3 skulls. The 3 skulls is irrelevant for this shit, man. Like, what is he gonna do with the fucking skulls? Like, bash the skulls onto someone's face? Like, come on. What is the relevancy of this shit? Just because the good dude's a metalhead, so they have to fucking point out that he had skulls in his fucking house. Like, come the
Well,
fuck
is he
on.
American?
Yeah.
See, if he's American, like the American culture is really weird about that kind of stuff. Like if you have like a sort of You know, like
No, it's
the
just no. It's not just Americans about that stuff. It's the whole fucking world, man. Like
Really?
it's always against the
I thought it was an
metalheads
American thing.
or punks
Well,
or whatever the fuck.
No,
It's
I was talking about the skulls, like because like
yeah,
Americans are
yeah.
really like the satanic like stuff or whatever like is really like people will
No,
go,
man,
oh
I'm
well,
pretty like, dude.
or-
I think if he was like some fucking black guy who did voodoo or some shit, they probably wouldn't fucking point that out. But it's because it's a fucking metalhead
Yeah, well,
and
sure.
it's a recognized. He's known worldwide for his guitar playing and shit. Like this
Yeah.
dude toured the whole fucking world. Like Cannibal Corpse is one of the biggest bands in the world, and it's like, dude, literally everywhere, every time something happens and it's a fucking metalhead, they point out that there's something like literally. I remember like years ago, there was I think there was a concert happening or a festival or something, and the fucking cemetery got fucked up. And because the concert or the festival's happening, they pinned it immediately on the fucking metalheads. You know, oh, the metalheads fucked up the cemetery and shit like that. They fucking vandalized it. No, they did not. No, they did not. It was some fucking douchebags who wanted to just take advantage of the situation because there's a bunch of dudes wearing black going to a festival trying to have a good time. And they fucking took advantage of that and they fucked up the cemetery. And then, of course, it's going to be pinned on the fucking metalheads. You know, they do this shit all the fucking time. Also, like in the early 2000s, there was this dude in Portugal. He played in the death metal band, and he killed his parents because of his crackhead fucking girlfriend who wanted drugs and shit. And he needed money, and the parents were refusing to give him money for drugs and stuff. So he killed his parents. Guess what they pinned it on? Oh, he played death metal, so of course he killed his parents because it's death metal. It's literally in the name. They always fucking pin it on the metal, dude. Always. It's a
metal
thing.
or video games, like metal or video games.
Yes.
Like video games are blamed too.
Yeah.
Like,
if a kid plays a video game, it's because the kid became a murderer because of the fucking video game. Yeah, exactly the same shit. You know.
Yeah, and that's what you say. Like you know, even though I agree with like a lot of the politicians on like 90% of the other stuff, like some of the ones that we have, like, you know, sort of on our like right wing, like the Republicans or whatever, like what they do is they'll then go say like, oh, like video games, like oh, this person played video games and so all of a sudden they became a killer. It's like it trains them to be killers. It's like no. Like you're like you realize you're pissing off like the people who actually agree with you on everything else. But
yeah, what about everybody else who plays video games and it's a you know, a decent civilized member of society? You know what I mean? Like I fucking killed a lot of people in Vice City.
We have data. Like there's actually studies now. Like there we have a less violent crime over the time since video games have been more popular. Like the more popular video games get, like generally speaking, there's less
uncircumcised dick. You have data. Like what fucking data? Data my ass.
Well, no, there's literal studies about video games like that they decrease violence. They don't necessarily increase.
Oh, okay,
violence.
yeah, because you have an escape. Yeah. I don't like.
Yeah,
do you remember back in like I think it was like again early 2000s when Manhunt came out and shit like that? They literally started banning the fucking game everywhere because it was so violent. And
I think
shit.
Wasn't it the only one to get like an adult rating? Like it was like the only game to get like an adult
GTA,
rating.
There's Postal. There's a bunch of games with adult ratings, but the Manhunt was there was a kid who actually like murdered someone, like beat him up or some shit to death or something in school back in the day. And the kid was playing Manhunt, and of course, what you're gonna pin it on? The game. Every single other person that played Manhunt and didn't kill anybody, they're not interesting. But the guy that fucking played Manhunt, no, there was no deep rooted issues with the kid or anything like that. It was the video game, of course. course it's a video
and
game.
it's never the fact that like his family sucks or like he doesn't have a family like
Mm,
really or anything like that. Like
nah,
those things
man.
are you can't talk about that. Like it's always the video games or like metal music or
Yeah,
whatever else it is, whatever else they can pin it on.
yeah. It's so fucking stupid.
When honestly, like I think 99% of the time, it's probably a combination of like bad home life and like
What?
they
Okay.
not
What video games did Ted Bundy play? I wonder. What music did he
yeah
listen? I
none.
think Ted Bundy, if I can listen to like classic or probably like some jazz music or some shit like that. Fucking like Dahmer. What video games did
Dahmer,
Dahmer
yeah.
play, or what music did he listen to? He probably didn't fucking
Or
listen
if
to
you go back
metal.
even
But
further,
if you look at what Dahmer fucking did, it looks like fucking death metal as as fuck. You know what I mean?
well, it's
But
like what video games did Jack the Ripper play?
yeah, exactly.
like this is just violence. Like it's just violence, and it's something that happens whenever like people aren't like they aren't been they aren't acclimated to the society. Like when you're not acclimated to society, it makes you want to just go like in the society, like into everybody in the society. That's part of the problem. Is like when this is when you can't become acclimated with the society and the way that it functions and be have people who are there for you and that actually try to do anything for you. Basically, you're gonna come to hate the society and want to just blow it up.
Oh
Basically,
shit, dude! You just reminded me of a thing I've been thinking about, which is like literally thought about this like a few days ago, where it's like they I think we talked about this either last week or 2 weeks ago or some shit like about the BLM, where he told me like one of the responsibles for the campaigns of the BLM was like buying 3 mansions or some shit like that. And I was
yeah.
thinking about like a documentary that I watched like a few years ago about these kids in Detroit that had to be taught by the people that were willing to sort of like just use spaces and stuff to teach the kids, because the kids had no way of getting into school or way of getting education. And it reminded me of that because like, so you're getting the money for BLM, you're buying fucking mansions, you're claiming you support the Black Lives Matter and whatever the fuck, but you're, instead of providing money that is very necessary for these kids and shit to learn and to be productive members of society, you're basically leaving these kids to the harsh reality of the streets and the ghettos and the hoods and all that shit, and you're letting them fucking be raised with that instead of educating them properly and stuff. And it's the thing I thought about was like, what exactly is better? Is it better to have 100 kids educated and 5 of them becoming criminals just because of some reason, or is it better to have 100 kids uneducated and then like 5 of them are educated and 95 of them are criminals? Like I think the first fucking option is better. But like leaving, taking advantage of the fucking money they make with this shit and stuff, it's dangerous because they're literally just like not helping the people that truly fucking need it. And these, like you said, these kids are left alone. They're rejected by society. They're rejected by the other people. Maybe not rejected by their families, but their families are fucking struggling. They're having to keep food on the table and shit. And like, what do you fucking resort to? Fucking cry, man. You need to fucking do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got nothing else to do, you fucking resort to crime. Fucking hell.
Well,
And then you've got
it's
no
sort of
one to like, you have no one to act as like a positive role model in your life. And you're just like,
right.
well, fuck, man. I might as well just fuck shit up. Who gives a shit? No one gives a shit about me. Why should I give a shit about others?
Well, and then you combine that with like like I said, like the depression meds, like that don't work, or like the SSRIs, specifically like SSRIs, which are really bad. But like you
Yeah.
combine that like that kind of stuff with those meds that don't work, and you have a instant recipe for people who just want to go like say like, well, like if nobody there's a famous quote, I forget who it's by, but it's like if like the village that doesn't like what was it uh the village that I forget exactly how it's worded, but the uh I want to say it correctly, but it's like yeah, let's see. Yeah, a child that is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. That's what quote.
Yeah,
But
fucking
yeah,
true. Yeah.
like if basically if you don't take these kids in, try to give them some purpose, and this is sort of like a Jordan Peterson's type thing, where he talks about like, hey, these kids, they need to find a purpose, and like if for people in life, like they have to have some
I
reason to
don't know
keep
about
going.
purpose. Purpose is a fucking stretch, dude. I don't know about purpose. Like, it's
Well,
a
you can
very
find purpose in
religious
anything.
fucking thing. Nah.
No. Well,
What's your
like
purpose in
you have
life,
to have a
man? Like
reason.
purpose is purpose is inherently like you were born to do something. Nah, man, no one's born to do anything. There's no fucking purpose. The purpose is to live life. That's all it is. There's no fucking
Well,
purpose. Your purpose is to
that's a
live
purpose.
life.
Like, that's a purpose. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
that's a purpose in of itself. Yeah. That's
No, but
but that's what I'm saying.
what people determine as purpose is to, ooh, the purpose of this individual is become a celebrity and make everyone fucking laugh. Oh, the purpose of this one is to become a fucking singer and make everyone feel emotions. Nah, man, there's no fucking purpose. The purpose is live life, period. And that's
Well,
not
no,
a purpose
I think that
because it's an
you're
inherent fucking
confusing.
reality.
What you're confusing is purpose with like a calling.
I'm not confusing
like,
shit, man. I know what I'm talking about.
no, you're talking about like a calling, like someone like, oh, they like they have like they have like talent for like singing, so they're gonna
No,
be their purpose is being a
no. Now
singer
you're
or
confusing
something like that.
things. What's a
Okay.
purpose? What's the definition of a purpose?
Well, I mean,
As a
the
father, your
reasoning.
purpose is to keep your kids safe and educate them and shit, right?
Yeah, well, it's a number of things, like, but it's primarily, protect them,
The definition of
and
purpose, I'm
provide
just
for
looking
them.
it up. The reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. So, what I'm saying is the purpose of people, individual people, collective people, doesn't fucking matter, is to live life. That's it. That's your purpose. And this
True.
purpose is inherent into you. You don't have a purpose to become a fucking priest. You don't have a purpose to fucking become anything. You can become whatever the fuck you want. If you
Yeah.
choose to become a plumber and you don't like to be a plumber, your purpose is not to be a fucking plumber. You are not created or you were not done to be a plumber. You choose to be something else. And then you become like a fucking secretary or whatever the fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like there's no such a thing as a purpose. The purpose is inherent in us as human beings to live our life as much as much as possible. That's what I'm saying. Like
So
the purpose is
maybe that was the wrong word. So I guess it's more semantic, but like you need to have something that drives you forward. Like you need to have some reason to wake up. You need to have some reason to go get yourself breakfast, go do your stuff in life, and you need to have some something that will push you forward, like, and that's all I mean. Is not necessarily like any prescribed thing, like, hey, like this person's purpose, whatever, but it's like the something that a driving force, like to motivate you, to like to not necessarily even to motivate you, but to keep you
I don't
going.
agree with you, but I understand what you're saying, but I don't find it that way for me anyways. I don't need a reason. The reason is it's primarily, many times it has to be that way, but that's not a reason, it's a necessity. So if you have to,
Yeah, but
for you to
that's what
get
I'm
to
saying, though.
point B, you have to go from point A.
Yeah, but the like so. I guess an example might be better. So if you take some of these kids, so some of the, especially the ones that have end up being like shooters, or like they go and they shoot up a place because they fundamentally
Because they have
society, like
guns
they
to their
no,
axes.
it's Well, it's because they well, some of them may be activists, but the
Wait, is it not because they have guns accessible to them? Is
no,
that not the reason?
no,
Really? Okay.
no.
I've never
Well,
seen a single kid in Portugal like do anything like that. I've never seen a single kid going like, I'm gonna go on a killing spree with my knife. Never happened in thousands of
well,
years.
it happens in England, like so, like
No, it doesn't. Fucking find
Yes,
me a
they
source
have-
where that shit fucking happened. Find me a fucking news
Okay.
article. A kid in England going on a killing spree with a knife. I don't believe it.
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, there's
One dude
Let's see.
knifing another dude in the fucking middle of London or some shit. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, it happens here as well.
There's mass stabbings. Like they had one person who stabbed 10 people. If I can
A
find
kid
it.
in a school?
I don't know. It's like I don't know if it's a kid,
Ah.
but I think that
No,
like
we're talking about kids in schools.
well, I mean, I think it may have been teenagers, but let's see.
Well, I mean, is it in a school though?
It's not at the school. It's like outside of the
Well, then it doesn't fucking matter, dude. Then it doesn't fucking matter.
school. Okay.
We're talking about schools. I'm telling you, the reason your kids fucking
Okay,
shoot
so-
other kids in school, it's because they have guns accessible to them. Are you disagreeing with that? I mean, it's a fact, dude. I'm telling you, literally, there's never been anything like that happening in a fucking school in Europe because we have no guns accessible to us. The only thing accessible is fucking knives. The thing is about knives is you can't just fucking walk up to a dude and like, you know, the gun, you can just fucking shoot it from afar. What is the other kid gonna do? Fucking, she's gonna get shot, period. You can't, like, a dude walks up with a knife to you. Yeah, he can fucking knife you if he can surprise you, but another kid that's fucking looking at it can just fucking jump the other kid with a knife. Boom. Well, there goes the shit. And it's not a guaranteed fucking kill. Depends on the fucking size of the knife. Depends on a bunch of shit.
I did see this crazy thing in a mall here in America where somebody brought in a knife and then like the guy was like trying to like take it away from him and
I saw a cool
he
thing,
got
though.
he got
I saw a cool
he got hit in the
thing
jugular. Like he
Uh,
legit got hit in the
where
jugular.
a dude like a bystander fucking pulled his gun out. I think it was like in a mall as well. He pulled his gun out and shot the fucking shooter or some shit. Like someone was about to shoot a
Yeah.
fucking mall or something, and the guy just like pulls out his gun and shoots him. That was
Yeah,
kinda cool.
it's crazy. Yeah, he did. He actually did it from like he's a really good
Yo,
shot.
fucking
Apparently,
ninjas
because
here. Ninjas here. Ninja, how many fucking mass stabbings have been happening in the UK in the schools? Oh fuck. We ought to drink. Well, I'm gonna fill up my glass if Ninja fucking replies to that. I'll leave you for like, 1 minute or something.
legit two or three mass stabbings. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's been a couple, and I know at least there's been some where like, there was like 8 or 10 people involved stabbing that I can't find the actual articles right now, but like I know I've seen the articles where they talk about them. Hundreds. Yeah. See that makes sense. Like, but there were like some.
All right,
No,
I'm
I'm
back.
specifically talking about like mass stabbings. Like I think there were like there were some
Wait,
that
he
were
said
like 8
two
or
or three? What do you mean 2 or 3? Fucking sources, bitch. Hundreds die a year from stabbings. Oh my god. Wow. People die from colds. What the fuck? What's that supposed to mean, man? Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about fucking schools, dude. Fucking idiot.
Oh god.
No, but like, a lot of people have knives, right? It's typically a normal thing here in Portugal, at least like in the fucking region that I live. Everyone has a fucking knife. It's not just the region I live, but like it's a common thing known or whatever the fuck that over here everyone has their knives so that they can basically pull out the chorizo, cut the chorizo, put it on a piece of bread, you know, cut a slice of the bread and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of like around here. Like everybody carries a knife, or you know, most every guy carries a knife around here because they're like, oh well, you know, like if I need to like you know cut open.
I've been actually
a
checking
fruit
out
or
like,
something that.
what do you guys call it? Fucking everyday carry or some shit like that. Yeah. I've been watching like some of those videos because I need to like look into everyday care. But yeah, like it's a typical like thing. And they just carry like it's a tiny little fucking pocket knife. It's not like a big fucking deal, you know, but like a survival knife or anything like that. It's literally just like a tiny fucking pocket knife. Electricians
it's like
typically use it just for, you know, peeling the cables and stuff.
Yeah, I've got one here, you know, like in my hand right now. Like it's like a, you know, maybe 2.5 and 3 inch blade, you know, at max. So I mean, it's not big. It's really small.
My dick. 3 inches in centimeters. Let me see.
Now you gotta measure. You're like,
what do you mean that's small? That's a fucking big knife. I'm talking about like fucking.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, this.
I'm talking
this
about
one's small.
like,
I promise. Like this.
Okay, I'm talking about knives that have like fucking 1.5 inch blades or 1.6 or some shit.
Oh, that's a really small one.
Yeah, just to fucking cut the chorizo, cut the fucking piece of bread, put the chorizo on the bread. Boom, you go. There you go. It's our fucking afternoon meal here in my region. So yeah, dude.
Bowie. Yeah. It's not like a Bowie, but I mean this is just a basic knife. But like we like as you know Americans, like we usually have like a little bit of the more sort of tactical knives for like
the survival shit and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's okay, something.
Here it is. This is the perfect example of like a typical fucking knife from my region. Like it's just a small thing, small blade just for like cutting the food and stuff like that, and that's about it.
Yeah, I can show you sort of what mine looks like here. Let's see.
It doesn't even have like, it's not even spring loaded or anything like that. It's just I did fucking have issues like with the cops. Yeah, that's like spring loader or some shit, right?
No, it's not. It just has a tab where you can. No, it just has a tab where you can open and close it.
Well, but like if you press a button, it just opens up automatically, right?
It'll start folding up, and yeah, like it'll, but it doesn't. It's not spring loaded really. Like it doesn't open it for you. Like you still have to open it all the way.
Oh, is that like, so the thing in the center there, is there like a lock?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, but like as you can see, like your knife is way like thicker and way bigger compared to like the knife I posted there. Like that's, I know the image might make it seem a little bit bigger, but it's a super
I know
knife.
that's the kind of knife that my grandfather used to carry around. But like, you know, it's like this thing isn't gonna it doesn't do much. It's just for peeling.
It's definitely a grandfather
It's just for
thing.
peeling.
Yeah. It is definitely like a grandfather thing. But what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, fucking like shootings and shit. But yeah, dude, like the bottom line is because there's no guns accessible to us, we don't shoot anybody. But we shoot, you know, there's shootings that happen. I remember like but like 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, there's like a dude who had an issue with another dude, like from a city that was like fucking, I think 25 kilometers away from here. and they had like a quarrel going on and shit. The wife slept with the dude and shit. They were friends and stuff. One grabbed a shotgun because we're allowed to have shotguns here for hunting. He grabbed the shotgun and he shot the guy. But it's not a massive shooting. It's not like assault rifles that fucking go automatic and shit. Just like, you know.
Well, we don't get to have automatic. Like there are no automatics here. Like you can't use them. Like they're highly illegal.
Assault rifles, man, whatever. It's same shit. You can just fucking hold the trigger and it's got like fucking
No,
20 fucking bullets.
No,
What
no,
do
you cannot hold the trigger.
Like that fucking kid from Uvalde or Uvalde or whatever the fuck that place is called.
He had to. No. It's not automatic, pig. It's you have to pull the trigger each time you fire.
But it's still got like fucking 20 bullets. So what do you mean?
But you have to pull the trigger each time you shoot.
Yeah, but what's the fucking difference? What is the difference, man? Okay, it's not automatic. It's semi-automatic or whatever the fuck. Like, what's the fucking difference? You just hold the fucking trigger, or you pull the trigger.
You can't hold the trigger. You have to keep pulling it. Yeah.
You pull the trigger and it fucking shoots like 20, 30, 50 fucking bullets. That's what I'm saying. It's very fucking different from like a shotgun that you shoot and you have to fucking reload it, or a fucking Lee Enfield and you shoot a fucking bullet and you have to fucking put another in. It's very different. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have assault rifles here. We have like hunting guns.
Yeah, but like these are used. You know, a lot of people use them for hunting anyway. Like here, because they're a lot. Other times they're more accurate. They don't. They can penetrate. Like they can penetrate without.
You guys are fucked, man. Your mentality is just so fucked. You'll do anything to defend the fucking guns. It's crazy,
dude. Like it's part of it, dude. Like you realize though that like even if you don't like them, you got to realize that like at least with
guns
like COVID
so
stuff,
boring, dude. Isn't it better to just fucking grab a machete and like slice a dude in half? That's so much more satisfying. I'm gonna stand here like 50 feet away and I'm gonna pull a trigger and I kill that guy. Wow, so fucking cool. Wow, dude. No, man, you can fucking walk up to them, fucking slice them in half and shit, cut their limbs, decapitate them.
Yeah, but like the whole point of this is like, well, the whole point of this is okay. So like maybe in your country it's not as bad because you don't have like crackheads or like
we
people
don't. Okay,
like druggies. No, I mean like I'm talking about like no we you don't know what these people are like. You don't have insane people like walking your streets and like basically looking like zombies and like ready to like they'll choke,
we do.
like try to choke you out.
Yeah, we do. What do you mean?
Really?
I think that's only Americans that have that. That's worldwide, bro.
I think it's worse in America. I think it's worse in America just because we're bordered to Mexico and Mexico traffics a lot of drugs here.
Dude,
so they
yes,
the mafia, freaking
Morocco. Listen, Morocco and all those places sell fuck tons of drugs and they export it to Europe. Trust me, you're not the only ones in the world that have fucking crackheads. They exist everywhere.
Well, I don't doubt that they exist everywhere, but like the American crackheads are a different breed. These are people. You saw like the guy who got, or I think you did. You saw the guy who got attacked. Like he was just working his shop, and then all of a sudden the guy comes up to him and is like coming up in his face and trying to like he owns a bodega, they call it. It's like basically like a grocery store, and he's just sitting there. Yeah, he's just doing his thing, and all of a sudden the guy comes up and like, you're like bodying him, and he's all cracked out or whatever. And then the guy's like stabs him, and then he's the one who's in trouble because even though there's no guns, he stabbed the guy, and then he was gonna get put in jail because he's defended himself. Like it's so backwards, but like the whole point is like these people are like they're not just like on crack. They're completely like deranged. Like they're insane, like beyond insane. And some of them are like super strong. So it's like you can't really do much about them if there are some crackheads I know around, like, especially, or meth heads around here. Like most of what is done around here is meth. If there was somebody on meth around here, there are some people that I know that probably do meth. That if they were trying to come at me, I have no other option but to defend myself with a gun, because they're going to try to, like, choke me out, and I can do my best, but I'm not gonna, like, risk my
You
life
can't
over,
punch them
like,
to
well,
fucking knock the fuck out of them. They're crackheads, man. What do you mean?
yeah, but you don't know the crackhead strength. Like, the crackhead strength is insane. Like, it gives them
There's
like
no fucking
10.
crackheads, dude. Have you ever done anything like
Dude,
that?
yeah, well,
You're so
you
naive,
haven't.
man. You're so innocent.
I haven't done it. No, I haven't done it. I'm saying I've watched, people do it. Like, they're insane. Like, they will do insane things.
Look, it's one thing if there's a strong fucking dude that does that shit, but it's another thing. Like, we're talking about crackheads. Crackheads have no fucking strength. What the fucking strength they have is they need money and they'll do whatever the fuck. But you can fucking punch the shit out of a crackhead and you fucking knock the fuck out of them. Like, dude, come on. Like, what are you talking about? You're literally talking about a dude whose brain is fucking mashed by drugs. Like, we're not talking about a fucking MMA fighter who's like, he's getting punched because he fights and he's got,
Yeah,
some
well,
fucking
it's like,
resistance because of it.
yeah,
We're
no,
talking about
it's
a
like
dude who's literally fucking like, they're crackheads,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You fucking
Well,
punch the
it's
shit out of them.
no, it's like Urban Ninja's saying. It's not that necessarily that they're any stronger. It's that they have, like,
It
reduced
doesn't,
damage.
dude. It doesn't matter.
like,
You don't need to feel pain to get knocked out, man. Listen, you don't need to feel pain to get knocked the fuck out. If you're drunk as shit, you don't feel pain. If you're drunk as fuck, you don't feel pain. But if someone fucking punches the shit out of you, you're gonna get knocked out. It doesn't matter if you fucking feel pain or not. Your brain's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't feel pain. Like, nah, man, your brain's gonna fucking shut down. You're gonna be knocked the fuck out. It doesn't matter if you don't fucking feel pain.
yeah, but do I risk that, like, to try to say, like, well,
Yeah, if you need to fucking
why
defend
would
yourself, yeah.
why would I
What do
risk that whenever I have any
what
other
do you
option?
mean? Why would you risk that? I'm telling you, like, you seem like a big dude. You could fucking punch a crackhead. You can fucking knock him out. What do you mean? Would you risk that?
Well, it's like, you don't know, like, what the, like, okay, so, like, in these
You keep telling me
situations,
I don't know. Like, I've been through all kinds of shit. I've seen all kinds of shit. I've been through all walks of life. Like, I know.
well,
You're telling me stories of crackheads as if crackheads are superheroes. Crackheads are not fucking superheroes. Crackheads are fucking retards. They're literally retarded by all the amounts of drugs they do. Like, they're not super fucking heroes, man. It's not like the superhero movies you watch where they fucking inject something into their fucking veins and they become, like, super strong and shit. That doesn't exist. That's fucking fiction. All right. Crackheads, their brains are
but
fucking
there
mashed.
there are literal videos, and Urban Ninja's talking about this. There are literal videos of people who are on crack, and they like, someone shoots them to try to stop them from running at them, and they think that the person is down, and they literally get back up and they chase the guy again more, and they shoot him. Like, there's one time there was a guy who literally got shot like 6 times, and he kept coming at police officers. Like, he's on crack, and he literally got shot 6 times and kept going at the police officers. It is insane what some of them can like take whenever they're. So what I'm saying is whenever, like, I have to consider these kind of situations, it's like, well, do I really want to put any risk into the fact of, like, well, will I make it? Because especially, like, for me, it's different. Maybe for someone who's on their own, it might be a little bit. They might be like, oh well, I'll just beat them up, like, whatever. But for me, it's like, well, if I go, then they're say someone breaks in here, and they're super like buff, they're stronger than me, they could take me on, and then all of a sudden they come and they're coming for me, and then I try to 1v1 him and box him out or whatever, and I go for the haymaker and freaking does nothing, and then he just kills me, and then he goes and like rapes my wife or whatever. That would be pretty
Oh
disturbing.
my god, man. You need to give yourself a little bit more credit. Holy shit, dude.
But I mean, like that would be the nightmare scenario, dude. Like these are things that I consider. Like it's like, well, do I want to risk anything?
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's not reality. It's a nightmare. It's not reality. Like there's literally, like, I've seen so many videos of like Ring fucking cameras where dudes are walking into the houses and it's just normal dudes. It's not fucking, it's not like cops or fucking MMA fighters. It's normal fucking dudes, and these guys break in their houses and shit, and they defend their houses they're not shooting them, they're just fighting them, and they have to fucking walk away because eventually at some point the cops are gonna come. But like they're fighting. But the what you're saying, this could go on with anyone anywhere. It doesn't have to be fucking crackheads. A dude can kill you anytime, anywhere. It doesn't have to be your house. It doesn't have to be any shit like that. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality. Like you can fucking be just hanging out in the fair, fucking minding your own business, and you have a fucking freak that comes behind you and they just want to choke you out and they can fucking kill you. Or they can just fucking pull out a fucking knife or some shit and just fucking slice your neck. It's a crazy thing to think about, but it's a reality, man. Like you don't have to fucking you don't have to be in your house or anything. My point is, these dudes are not special, but like you're making it as if they're like some sort of genetically mutated freaks.
Well, it doesn't even have to be that, dude. Like it's just self-preservation. Like that's what I was getting at. It's all it is self-preservation of I want to make it out. I want to be able to stay around and have a say in what happens in my life, and what goes on with me and my wife and my kids. So that it's just a self-preservation.
You
thing.
need to live more, man.
I think I need to live less. Like I don't need to.
No, you need to live more. You haven't lived shit, man. You haven't lived shit. From what I'm hearing, you haven't lived shit, man. You need to live more. You need to get out of the fucking country and see like a little more reality outside of the fucking self-centered American mentality, man.
Well, I would like to tour, but obviously, that would be something that whenever I have more money, I'll go visit other places. But it's just one of those things. Like I have to consider the future, and I can't just think in the here and now about everything. But anyway, we got way sidetracked.
I get that, but like I'm just like life is more complicated.
I agree, and that's why like I choose not to take as many risks.
No. Like, dude, I literally fell asleep into a lake. I could have drowned. I didn't, though. I didn't. Still alive. So, I've been through so much fucking shit, dude. It's crazy. The places I've fallen asleep in the middle of the street, in fucking parking lots, like all the fucking shit I've been through and done. You have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? That's why I'm telling you, like, you need to live more. You're telling me, like, you need to live less. What do you mean you need to live less? You barely live, man. You're just in your house, working, taking care of your kids. It's like nothing wrong with that, but like that's not living, man. That's barely living. You're just going by.
It's all perspective, like based on what people like. Different people, different people, different tastes and different perspective on things, and how what they view as the ideal life, I guess. And that's always how it's going to be. People are going to view it differently. Like, hey, like this is the perfect way to live life, but it's always
I'm
going to
not
be
saying
different.
my life is ideal or ever was ideal. You think fucking falling into a lake and almost
No,
drowning
no, no.
is
That's not what I.
ideal? You
That's
think
not what I'm saying.
fucking going through all the shit I've been through is fucking ideal? It's not ideal,
No,
dude.
no, 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 no. No, I was meaning like like you're telling me like, hey, get out, you need to do more or whatever. I'm saying like
Yeah.
for maybe for some other people like that might be something that they would consider, but for me it's not something. I mean, I do want to see other things in the world, but obviously, like the focus is here in the here and now, for me. So it's that's just how it is, man. Like it's this the perspective that I have, and something that's gonna stick with me for basically my whole life, like the way that I see it. You can try to change some people's perspective, but most people they develop their own perspective, and they kind of stick to that, regardless of what new experiences they see or whatever. And that can be good and that can be bad. Some people maybe do need to experience other things, but for me, I feel comfortable. So it's
Yeah, I
something
feel like you're
that's
just saying that because you just want comfortability. You don't want to get off your comfort zone.
kind of big. I love this comfy spot here.
Yeah. I mean, again, dude, it is what it is, but life is a lot more fun when like take risks and shit.
Yeah, maybe if I was younger, I'd probably take more risk. But I feel like at this point, taking any risk is gonna like result in me being in a hospital or something.
Dude,
Uh,
but like taking risks doesn't mean you're always gonna get fucking hurt or ever. It's taking risks is taking risks. That's what taking risks is. But you need to be smart about the risks you take, obviously.
yeah, I think the people that do that though, like a lot of the people
Like
who like go.
I'm not saying like, oh, taking risks, you just like go jump into a volcano and see if you can come out of it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying take risks like in a smart fucking manner. Don't, just like
Yeah,
think about the shit you're doing. But like life is not about just staying in your fucking like cocoon and doing nothing. That's what everyone on the fucking internet is doing, and they're turning into fucking pussies, man. That's why kids are such fucking pussies nowadays, because all they do is fucking sit in their fucking homes, looking at screens and literally doing nothing. Everyone's a fucking pussy nowadays. I can call them a pussy, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not a pussy." No, yeah, you're a pussy because you're a pussy because I'm calling you a pussy, and you're fucking offended. I'm calling you a pussy. If you're not offended, I was calling you a pussy. You'd be like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm called me a pussy. I don't give a shit." So what? So what if I'm a pussy? You know, a real pussy just like, "Oh my god, you called me a pussy? No way." Like, nah, man. Life's like, get the fuck out, man. Like, stop fucking being so, so isolated, so self fucking like involved in shit. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
I guess this guy must have been one, because apparently you can fall into a vat of hot porridge and die. I guess that's a good enough segue. This is pretty funny. Like,
Huh?
well, not funny that he died, but it's funny that they could fall into a pot of like a vat of hot porridge, and somehow you get
What
scalded
the
so much
fuck
that you
is
die. That'd be
porridge?
crazy.
That sounds so disgusting. Someone
It's
like
like
one of
a-
the fucking first reply I see is, "What the hell is porridge?" Yeah, what the fuck is that shit, man? It's something that bears eat in the cabins in the porridge.
well, there's a fairy tale here. I don't know if they tell it in Portugal, but there's a fairy tale here in America about like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And basically the girl, it's a girl, she wanders into this cabin and she finds bowls of porridge, and she finds a house like basically like abandoned, and then she goes through and she sleeps in their bed, eats their porridge and all this kind of stuff, and then finds out that it's bears that live there. And the darker version of the story is supposedly that the bears like eat her, I think. But the
Raper.
I guess the
Oh,
maybe, but the kid-friendly version is that that they welcome her into the house or whatever. So,
by bears you mean the gay guys or the actual animals?
no, the actual animal.
Oh, okay. Dude, you can die from so many fucking things. I'm not surprised by this. It's like,
I thought it was really weird.
again, like if you watched like half or just a quarter of the shit that I watched throughout my life, you'd realize like how like that's why this shit's not surprising to me, you know. But for like, okay, for a segue here, something that I've been watching a couple of videos of people talking about like how video games are boring nowadays and shit, and I've been like, I agree with some arguments that they make, but at the same time, it's like one thing that there needs to be an understanding about this thing is, well, video games are a little more boring nowadays because they're super corporatized and all that stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's all about gambling and fucking loot boxes and skins and cosmetics and
Skill-based
stupid fucking
matchmaking.
shit. That's not the problem. The problem is the cosmetics and all that shit, DLCs left and fucking right, collector's edition, stupid fucking pre-orders, all that stupid shit. And basically I thought to myself, like, yeah, I agree with a lot of these people's arguments, but at the same time, it's like, when I was a kid, the horror that was presented to me was fucking insane. Nowadays, the horror that it's presented to me, it's fucking boring as shit. Just paranormal bullshit, just fucking liquefied Photoshop shit.
You can
and
always watch the
but
Winnie the Pooh
kids-
horror
but
movie.
but the kids find this shit. Kids find Slender Man fucking crazy scary. Kids find Jeff the Killer crazy fucking scary. And I'm like, Jeff the Killer, it's literally a fucking picture that's been modified with the liquefy tool on fucking Photoshop, and it's just fucking shit that's overlaying the original fucking picture. That's all it is. So when I look at something like fucking Jeff the Killer, I'm like, I just laugh at it because like this is fucking stupid. But kids find it fucking spooky as shit. And that's like, these kids, because they're impressionable, they're young, they don't have much experience, they play these games, there's these shitty ass games, but that's all they know. So they find it entertaining as fuck. So it's like, in one way, yes, the industry has fallen for sure, but at the same time, there's still people to consume this shit because they don't know any better. Now we know better because we grew up with games. We grew up with the greatest fucking games in history. Silent Hill, fucking Super Mario, Soul Reaver, etc., etc. But like for kids, like for a 15, 16-year-old, you know, something like fucking, I don't know, like Borderlands 3 was fucking amazing. When they were like fucking 12, 13 years old, right? Because they don't know much more. Because the games from like 10, 15 years ago, they didn't play them. They were too young, right? So
Yeah.
like it comes down to the fact where we're getting the industry is fallen, but we're also getting older, and we've also lived through the things that used to be entertaining to us when we were kids. But maybe if we're like 30 years old when we had these like horror things and shit, maybe we wouldn't have found this to be as scary. You know?
Yeah. I think it's kind of similar to the. I watched a video earlier today talking about like ADS in games, like aiming down sights in shooter games, and this guy was like, "Well, like not every game needs it, and like a lot of games put it in for no reason." And like at first, like he was like, "Oh, like no ADS," and then as he kind of explained it and talked about it, I was like, "Oh, well, this makes a little bit of sense." And from someone who kind of grew up in the age where there have been a few games from whenever I was younger that didn't really have it. I mean, like Halo, obviously didn't really have like an aim down sight, but like talking about like these mechanics and how sometimes what they do is they go, oh, well, this is the best mechanic. Like like Call of Duty is popular, it has aiming down sight, so now we have to put it in Halo or something. We have to put it
No, I
in
disagree.
other games. Or
I disagree.
on
I
what?
disagree
Like,
completely. I mean, in reality, people don't fucking shoot from hip fire. You don't go to fucking war and just hold the fucking gun on the hip fire and just fucking hip fire.
no,
You're
no,
not
no.
gonna shoot shit.
What he was talking about though is like um like the like he basically what he was saying is like in war shooters, like military shooters, it would make more sense for immersion or whatever, and to kind of
I
keep
like
that
him dying sights.
mentality.
I don't give a fuck if it's like a fucking demon, like Doom or some shit, or if it's fucking a military shooter. I like him down sights. I
But what
think
he was saying, his whole point was like that a lot of times what they do is they take and they put that in every single game, and then some of the games don't necessarily need it. I guess like there's some games like if you're just kind of bouncing around, like kind of like Quake, like if there's Quake with an ADS. I didn't play Quake when it originally came out, but I was
I
watching some
did.
videos talking about it. Yeah, but the like imagine that with ADS,
I
like,
mean,
but that's
I
what he was
think the
saying is like,
railgun had ADS.
but I think even then it breaks ADS if you get shot or whatever, like kind of like Halo or something like that, right? But it's not like the ADS slows it down so much. So
No,
like
I don't think so.
most of those,
I don't think it breaks ADS. I mean, it makes sense if it does, though. You're getting fucking shot.
well, that's kind of like how Halo handles it. I assumed that's how. But like what he was getting at is that, like not every single game because not every shooter game needs ADS just because ADS is a like popular feature. What he was trying to say is that like a lot of these game developers aren't thinking about like what is going to make the game the most fun, and they like in the most fun experience. And a lot of them think about it. Okay, well, what's the new trendy thing? Oh, adding ADS. Oh, adding boost jumping, or adding this, or adding whatever's the hot thing, they take and they add it to for every single shooter game. Like they'll put it in Call of Duty, they'll put it in whatever
I don't think.
like.
I'm having I'm having a hard time understanding like that point because like I I Overwatch doesn't have fucking ADS. Like, what the fuck is he talking about, man? Like, the only ADS in Overwatch is Widow and Ash and maybe fucking Anna. Yeah, there's no more fucking ADS. Like what?
Well, but like, there's a lot of games that add it. So like, what he was
If the
pointing
fucking
at
games make sense that they have ADS, like why not? Like Spitfire, whatever the fuck it's called. You know, it makes sense to have ADS. But like one of the reasons why Quake didn't have ADS was because the game was, well, the railgun had ADS, but it was a sniper. And then most of the guns didn't have ADS because they were like, one was a fucking sort of like a minigun, there was, they have a rocket launcher and shit like that, and then you had what else was it? Fucking the other popular shooter, Counter-Strike, didn't have ADS except for snipers. But then you also had Urban Terror, which was a modification of Quake 3 Arena that had ADS. Well, not for actually no, yeah, every gun had ADS. Yeah, they even modified the fucking thing so that guns had ADS. Yeah, I might be wrong about that, but whatever. But a lot of guns had ADS.
But the point is not necessarily like not to get hung up on like the ADS specific, but like talking about like the idea that they take these mechanics and that like if something is popular, it's kind of like you know, like you were talking about, like there's like loot boxes. Now there was loot boxes. Now there's battle pass. So like every single game has a battle pass.
Well, but
like,
ADS doesn't make companies money. So I'm struggling to understand like the point here. I'm sorry.
well,
Like, ADS
it does
doesn't make
it
companies
does
money.
it does subtly, but so like if I go,
How?
if I'm, you know, so say I primarily, like my main FPS game would be like Call of Duty. So any game that does things that is more like Call of Duty, like any FPS game that does things that are more like Call of Duty, I would be more likely to buy and play, right? Because I'm used to like the Call of Duty format. And
But you're not
so a lot
spending
of
money on Call
games,
of Duty though. You're spending your money on another game.
yeah, but if another game, so basically, if someone made a Call of Duty clone and they made it just like it, and it was a different game, they would be able to get me to pick that up, especially if they added a couple of new features that Call of Duty doesn't have. Like if you add a couple things that Call of Duty doesn't have and make it, you know,
I
more
mean,
interesting.
that seems like very healthy game design, man. Pick up on something that works and improve on it. I'm really struggling with like what the point you're trying to make, bro. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling.
Yeah, I'll just send you the video so you can actually watch it and listen to the actual guy's arguments. Um,
I'm
like
probably gonna
if
think he's an idiot based off like this conversation.
Well, it's just the idea that they feel the need to sort of do this copy pasta of like I need to be. I guess it falls in line to me with like the idea that you can get a broader audience. Like there's a lot of games that think that they can get, so like a game may have 10,000 players at a time, right? But they think, oh well, if I add this one feature that everybody seems to like, then they're gonna be more people who play it, and we're gonna gain like 10,000 more users. So they add the feature, and it only makes the game worse, or it doesn't help the game. It makes it less fun. You know, there's a lot of these kind of things where they do that, and you know, I've been kind of thinking about, you know, like some of the games that I play, and how like the reason that I don't like Call of Duty as much as I didn't like the sort of like you know, drop shot, jump shot kind of thing. I think that those were more interesting arcade elements of the game that, even though I didn't like them at the time, I think they were part of what made it fun, because it was a little bit more random, as opposed, or like it added some sort of randomness and a little bit of skill to the game, as opposed to like having this sort of bland, like kind of slide around, you know, and trying to peek around corners. All this weird mechanics that they're adding that aren't as interesting as something like being able to drop down and shoot somebody, and jump up and shoot them. You know, those kind of things. You know, it made for some fun experiences, even though I didn't like it at the time. So.
Hmm.
But
I mean,
that's
yeah.
the reason
I
that I'm
guess.
thinking about this kind of stuff is because I'll probably, you know, hear I want to make my own game probably within the next, you know, year or two, and me thinking about it, I'm like, okay, well, I need to make decisions about my game that would be to where that makes the game the most fun, not necessarily what makes like what is going to appeal to the broadest audience. I think that's where they get hung up at, is like, oh well, we're going to gain you know, because really they could just milk the people that they had. They already do it anyway. You can milk the people that you have. I mean, Call of Duty has a big player base. Just milk the people that you have playing the game. Get them to actually want to buy stuff that you put in the store or whatever. I mean, and they already do that pretty well. But like focus on making stuff fun, and then the dollars kind of like they will follow. Like the more fun the game is, the more likely people are to like the more likely people are to say, hey, this game is fun, it has these mechanics, why don't you play it? Like, and then they play together, and then it makes them a buttload of money. Like they just think that they can put mechanics in or make the game in a way that is going to make them more money without having to actually make a fun game, I guess.
I agree, but at the same time, people are fucking idiots, dude. So,
oh yeah,
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It makes me think of like DBD. I haven't played DBD in like fucking, I think like 2 months or some shit. Literally since the fucking anniversary when we played and stuff. I haven't played it since. And that game is not $5. That game is not $10. That game is almost $100, if not more. And that's the nature of games nowadays. They fucking put out the game for like $5 or $10, and you start playing the game, and you like some things with the game, and you start buying this piece of DLC and that piece of DLC. Oh, this killer, I like this killer. Wow, this killer looks cool. Let's buy it. It's $5 more, and $5 more here, and $5 more here. Now, I've spent, I think, over 50 euros on Euro Truck Simulator, but that's because I've been playing it since 2012. Like, that's 10 years. It's been 10 years of me playing that game. So it's been a long fucking time, and I love the game. I mean, okay, if you love the game and you can support it, whatever. But I still think it's kind of crazy that there's not like DBD, and the thing is, DBD is still so boring for survivors, because the killers have something kind of interesting to do because they have different powers, they have different approaches to the things, right? But the survivors is always the same fucking shit. You know what I mean? You just walk up to a fucking generator and you press a button or you hold it, and you have to do the skill checks, which a fucking 80-year-old could do anyways, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. It's so fucking boring. And one thing I was thinking about to like maybe improve or change the gameplay of it is give different survivors different skill sets. So like, for example, Dwight is kind of a nerd. So Dwight could do like the electrical
Have
part
him
of
fix the
of
generators.
the generators.
Yeah.
No, the electrical part. Then you have you have survivors who are more into the mechanical part. They're like, you have survivors who are bikers. You have survivors who are, more into the mechanical part. So you can have a survivor that's good at like dealing with the electrical part, a survivor that's good with dealing with the mechanical part, and then you have survivors
So
who
give
can
them
be
classes.
more of a kind of. And then you have survivors who are more of a tank. Yeah, you just set classes. So yeah. And then you have survivors who are better at like looping. So they're more of an athlete kind of survivor. So they could be better at looping. They could have better agility and stuff like that. They could go over fences or over vaulting things faster. Whereas like maybe Dwight, who's the nerd, who's really good at like fixing things with the electricity and shit, if he needs to get away, maybe he's not as good because he's kind of slow a little bit, And I think that could shake up the game a little bit.
And to make it even more interesting, like if Dwight had So like if you think about this, like if you thought about DBD kind of more like an ability game, where like the different class, like a class ability game, then like
No,
you
it
could
doesn't
have
have to be
the
an ability, just like
well,
just an
like a class
inherent
system.
aspect.
Yeah, like
No,
the
just a skill set to the character. It doesn't have to be an
yeah.
ability. It's just Dwight is the nerd. So Dwight is good or can be good with electrical parts of the generators. So when Dwight gets to a generator, he fixes it better than, let's say, Fang, who's more of an athlete, who's better at like looping and better at like running away from the killer, who, if she goes to the generator, she's going to do it way slower than Dwight does. Dwight does a better job. So Dwight is faster at doing the generator, but is slower at running away from the killer. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a fucking, like, it's an idea I had, but I like it's just that game needs a fucking shakeup, you know?
But then you also have like something like maybe where like Dwight, even if he can't run away, he can throw out like something to kind of distract, or like maybe sort of temporarily mess with the killer, and then that would be sort of his inherent ability that was part of his skill set. Like I'm just thinking about it in that sort of design as like, well, each one of them may have like a certain thing that they can throw out or they can do temporarily. Like say, like you were talking about the one like athletic, like have them you can press a button, they get a little bit of a, they can sprint
No.
or like something.
No. Killers are already fucking oppressed as shit. They don't need more shit to deal with. No. But the game needs a shakeup. Like, let's just see this, okay? The game is 6 years old, and they've always had the same fucking shit. It's always been the same fucking gameplay, especially for survivors, right? Now, if you think about Overwatch has been relatively the same shit since it came out, but you have the workshop, and the workshop can have a multitude of things. The workshop, you can go to the workshop, you can play Genji Ball, you can play fucking Mercy Melee or some shit. You can play that kind of stuff. And you can have a different thing to do. DBD has always, for 6 fucking years, been the same shit for survivors. And like I said, the killer is going to change because the killer has different abilities, different powers, whatever the fuck. It's a little bit more entertaining. But the survivors is always the same. And I fucking hate survivors. Survivors are killing DBD. Survivors are so entitled and such fucking cunts, you know what I mean? That they're literally killing the game. They are killing the game. I don't play DBD because I prefer to play killer and I don't want to deal with fucking survivors. You know what I mean? But like I also understand that they need a little more to fucking do. Even if they don't think they need something to do. But like the game has seen, dude, literally I was watching, like, I think it was last Friday or Saturday or something. I was watching a live stream and the dude got like 3 or 4 cheaters in a row. Like 4 games, he got 4 cheaters in a row. That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And another thing that game needs to do is fucking reprogram that shit, because that game is programmed by fucking minions, I think. Because it's one of the easy, like, I don't know, man. It's one of the easiest fucking games to hack in. Like, you know, these script kiddies buy these fucking scripts and like you can literally, like, they can literally this is so stupid that this is a thing. They can hold you hostage in a game. So let's say the generators are done, the gates have been opened, and you know that when the gates open, there's like a timer, right? When the timer runs out, if the survivors are still in there, they get killed. If the survivors get out, they get out, period. The fucking script kiddies can literally hold the game hostage, whereas the gates have been opened, the timer runs out, and they can still fucking hold the game hostage. They can still keep the game going. Like, this is stupid ass fucking, like, who the fuck coded this, man? Like a fucking intern that didn't know any better? Like, they need to change this shit. Like, it's unthinkable that their game, when the timer fucking runs out, is continuously still going because of script kiddies. It's crazy, man. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy that you know, like the honestly, like I think at some point almost becomes something that like you could actually sue over, because there's some people who they put money into these games, and then they want to just play the game, and then like they get stuck with nothing but like hackers. So it just ruins your experience, and like there does need to be like some accountability on the developers for maintaining the games that they put out, especially like stuff like there are a lot of old games that they still have servers up, but the problem with the servers is they're like you said, like if these games have been around for a while, they get hacked to hell and back, and then all of a
It's-
sudden whenever
It's not the servers, it's the fucking clients. Like, apparently the clients are the fucking issue. Like, which is stupid because DayZ used to be this way, and script kiddies used to fucking like do whatever the fuck they wanted with DayZ, and eventually they changed the game from being client sided to being server sided, and it kind of fixed things a bit. Like, it completely changed the you know, script kiddies lost their fucking battle. And this was like in 2014. So the fact that it's like a game in 2016 still is doing client sided shit is beyond me. Hello?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts like what they do now. Like that they won't maintain it, and that they won't like they don't feel like they have responsibility to it. But yeah, like whether it's client or server, there's some old games now that still have servers up like they're and running, but if you go and play the game like the whole time it's hacked. And a lot of them are because they were using like some combination of peer to peer server, like peer to
The
peer
thing is,
connection.
if it's server sided, the control is limited. They might still be able to like fucking DDoS the server or some shit like that, but the control of the server is of whoever is controlling the server. The client, when it's the fucking client that controls the fucking shit, they can do whatever. This was the problem with New World as well. New World had the exact same fucking issue, where like Josh Strife Hayes was literally made like a bunch of videos on this shit, where you could literally fucking escape on the client when you were falling down or some shit like that. If you jumped off something, no, okay, if you were fighting and you escaped going to the menu or some shit because the game was fucking client sided, people could fucking hit you 300 million times. You would not die. Now, when you came back and the server got all the info from the client that you've been hit, then you'd die. But people did this to hold PvP battles for fucking hours upon hours. It's retarded. Like, who the fuck does this shit in plain 2021, 2022? Like, client-sided shit is stupid. It's good for single-player games, but for fucking multiplayer games and completely rely on the fucking multiplayer, it's stupid. It's amateur shit.
It's kind of like the well, and this is specifically what I was talking about. So like some of the older like Call of Duty games, like if you want to go and you just want to play the old Call of Duty games and just have fun, because it is the client, because some of these people, you know, the connection is usually peer to peer when you play, like somebody in the game is a host in those games, and so if they are lucky enough to be able to be host, or I think they can even hijack it to make them host with some of the scripts that they run. But they then basically turn on like hacks and cheats on, and they have like give themselves like a mod menu where they can even like make themselves like have things that aren't even in the game, like have like a flamethrower, like a super flamethrower that can like shoot across the map, or like instantly get kill streaks and be able to shoot you with the like AC-130 all of a sudden, like instantly getting this kind of stuff, and just basically opening up a tool to just give themselves full power, and give them everything that they want, like turn on God mode, all this kind of stuff. But like the developers, they haven't pushed any updates for the game at all. So like
Oh, but
to
if it's
fix it, and they
old, who
still
gives
sell
a
it.
shit? You know?
Well, the problem is they're still selling it, and you can't play it. Like you can't go join a multiplayer lobby and play the game, but they're
How
selling
old are
it for
we
like
talking
15
about?
bucks. I mean, it's like well, probably 7 or 8 years old. I mean, well, maybe a little bit. Oh, actually, the ones I'm thinking of are like they're close to 10 years old. So
Well, then, like, dude, just fucking move on. Go play something else. Like, what the fuck?
well, no,
You know?
I'm saying like that they're selling the game for like 15 bucks or 20 bucks, but you can't play it. Like you cannot play
Well,
the game.
that's
But they're
people's
selling it.
fault that they're fucking stupid to still buy that shit. Like, stop buying that shit. Stop giving them fucking money. Stop giving money to fucking hungry ass, stupid fucking corporations that will milk you to the last fucking drop, even despite the fucking fact they have shit fucking services. Like, that's how you fix the shit, man. The problem with this whole fucking thing is that motherfuckers don't stop playing the games. That, like, I don't understand how motherfuckers are addicted to Dead by Daylight in the first place. I can't understand it. Like, what's addictive of that? Like, about that fucking game? It's boring. Like, it's okay to play like every now and again, but it's to play every single fucking day for multiple hours. It's fucking boring. You're always doing the same fucking shit. And you can argue this shit for like most multiplayer games, but at least in Overwatch, you can make cool plays. You know, you can like fucking get a bunch of kills, or you can get like some cool fucking kills and do some cool shit. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fanboy of Overwatch, because I'm honestly no longer a fanboy of Overwatch because I haven't played for months. But at least again,
Like you get
in
unique
CS:GO, you
experiences.
can make cool fucking experience, like, or not experience, but you can make cool fucking plays. You can get like 3 headshots in a row. But DBD, you're just running away from a killer, fucking repairing generators. There's nothing else to do. You know, it's always the same fucking shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't understand how people get addicted to that. Again, NPCs, man, idiots. It's fucking idiots.
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. Like it's the trend of the gaming industry, though. Like it's a weird, like basically where it's been going for forever, like since I was a kid at this point.
Not really. That's the fucking new shit, man. When you were a kid, games were good. Because when you were a kid, I was also a kid. And games were good.
Well,
We got addicted to games because they were fucking good. But nowadays, it just like, what does DBD offer?
well,
Skins.
well, like ever since
cosmetics.
the online play, like ever since you have like I guess universal online play, like
Nah, this shit
everybody.
started in like 2014, 2015. That's when this shit started. With like the fucking rise of early access bullshit and fucking like you're pre-ordering games you don't even know if are good or not, and that kind of shit. Like that's when it all started. That's when it all went down.
Yeah, it's definitely got worse since that time. Like it's accelerated really a lot.
And then the fact that kids are allowed to fucking use their parents' credit cards to buy shit in video games. That's even worse. I've never
That's
in my
on
life
them.
been allowed. That's not on them. It's on the fucking parents. But
I know that's what I'm saying. It's on the parents because like all these game systems, they make it where you can have them sign into a different profile, and then they can't use the like they can't go into the shop or buy, and buy stuff. But the
When I was a
parents just
kid,
don't want to set this up.
I never had access to but a fucking credit card. Ever. Ever. I could never, if I wanted to buy something, I needed to fucking ask my old man, and it was never through the credit card or the debit card. It was always either physical or, I never fucking had access to a debit card or a credit card, ever. I don't understand how these kids are, like, nowadays buying fucking things that cost, like, thousands of dollars when they're like 12 years old. I don't get it. Like, it's so fucking stupid.
Well, it's because it's linked to the account. Like, so, like, if I just let my son go get on my account, then he could, since it has my card information on my account, he can just go buy. He
Why do
could
you
go
have your
buy
credit?
whatever.
But why is that a thing?
Because my credit card is linked to my account. So if I
Why?
want to buy anything, like like Steam, if I go to buy a game on Steam, my credit card is on Steam. So if I go onto Steam,
I use PayPal, and you need the fucking authenticator code to fucking go through PayPal. You can just fucking go on my Steam and buy shit. Like, why would you do that?
I mean, this is how I'm set up. Like, it's easier to.
Yeah, it's easier. Yeah, well, it's also easier for the kid to fucking steal shit from you. Yeah. That's the problem.
That's why I don't let him on here.
That is the problem with today's world. Yeah, it's easier. It's more convenient. Yeah, everyone wants convenience and easy shit. You don't want the fucking hassle of having to go through an authenticator code. Well, I got robbed. Well, shit, man. Yeah, should have fucking thought about that. Convenience is an issue. It's good when it's controlled. If there's too much fucking convenience, people get lazy, people get stupid, and shit fucking happens.
Yep. So, let's see.
You thought long and hard about that one, huh?
Yeah.
Am I lying though? Is that a lie?
I mean, generally, no. Like, there are some things though that like say, well, that was actually, it being more convenient. I think there's certain things that you need to be wary of convenience. Like, definitely, like, payment, like buying stuff. Like, it shouldn't be so convenient to just go and just buy stuff in your accounts and stuff like that. You should try to double check, because there are a lot of people who get themselves in a lot of debt just on their own because they don't think about what they're buying. And so I definitely think that you're on the right track with that, because there's a lot of people, they link their credit card to Amazon, and they buy $10,000 worth of stuff, and then they wonder why they're broke.
But convenience goes many ways, not just for credit cards and shit. Everything about life needs balance. Everything. Not just convenience, not just fucking walking on a rope. Everything needs balance. If you have too much convenience, people become lazy and stupid. They don't think about things. They just do things. If you had a house that you just had to you just stand in front of the door, a fucking thing scans you, the door opens, you walk inside the door, the fucking house, you just take off your shoes, the house takes your shoes, fucking puts it in the fucking place to air it out and shit, cooks you food, cleans itself, does everything for you. This sounds amazing. It sounds amazing because you don't really want to do anything. But in reality, you're becoming fucking lazy, and you're becoming like a robot. You're losing your humanity. Like, struggle is it's a necessity of life. We need to struggle to fucking understand things. We need to struggle to become better, which is it's partially why some form of bullying, I'm not saying like excessive bullying back in the day, was good because it allowed us to fucking put our feet in the ground and be like, oh shit, maybe I'm being too much of an idiot. Nowadays, nah, man, you're a fanboy. You're allowed to be a fanboy, and no one can fucking judge you for it, even though it's just some fucking stupid shit. You know, the kids are allowed to be whatever the fuck they want nowadays, and if you fucking say something against it, you're a bigot, you're a fucking piece of shit, etc., etc. Nah, man, you need to tell them the fucking reality. You need to fucking, if someone comes at me like, my pronouns are this and this, and like, I don't give a shit. Fuck your pronouns, bitch. Like, fucking learn about life. That shit doesn't fucking matter for anything. Like, tell me your name. I'll fucking call you by your name. I don't fucking care. I don't need your pronouns. Like, fuck your pronouns. Like, fuck that shit. And this excess of convenience has made people too fucking lazy, man. It's like if you're like an electrician and all you use is fucking power tools, electric tools, you become lazy. When you fucking have to like, screw something with your own fucking hands and you don't have an electric fucking power drill, it's gonna, oh fuck,
Which is
man,
not
I
fun.
have to turn the screw on my own. Oh, come on,
Yeah.
man. You need
It's not
moderation.
fun, but you need, yeah, and that's kind of like I posted a quote, moderation in all things, including moderation. And so, like, yeah, like you said, you do need to, like, I think that there's a lot of people who don't, like, for me, like you were saying, like the using a regular screwdriver versus like a like a power screwdriver. I have both, but like a lot of times it's easier to even grab the regular screwdriver just because like I can get
Yeah.
it and I can work it and I can turn it, and then I get something open and I be able to get inside there and do work on it. It's a lot quicker and
You
easier
don't need
just
to
to do that.
charge it.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about charging it or dealing with all the getting the right bit. Like a electric screwdriver, like a drill, whatever. Like if I'm having to get the right bit and everything on there, like, oh well, does this one fit? Well, no. If I just go get the screwdriver, I can probably have it already off. But by the time that I'm figure out which like bit to use in that. Now there are cases like obviously like if I'm doing something like that requires a lot more you know tightening and stuff like this, or maybe I want to get it done a little bit quicker and I don't want to yeah, I will use it out of convenience, but a lot of times like if I'm trying to just get something, unscrew something, and just go for the manual screwdriver. Like there's no point in me trying to like get the electric and just try to get it out like that way. It's easier to just grab a regular screwdriver and unscrew it. And then everything. Then I did that. I did the actual thing, and it's then I can actually get inside it and do whatever I need to do. Take batteries out, change out batteries, whatever it is.
Yeah. And like food as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people get used
Yeah.
to just buying food pre-made or pre-cooked or some shit. They don't bother about cooking it themselves. And it's like,
Yeah, and that's
sometimes it's
I like
good.
making. I like making my own breakfast. I don't know, yeah, it does take a little bit of time, but I like making my own breakfast. I
That's the
cook
whole
myself.
point, man. Taking a little bit of time is the whole
Like,
point. It's like playing Dark Souls. You need to fucking go through the struggle, but the reward feels fucking great. And that's the point. That is the fucking point. Like, yes, you might have to do things. Yes, you might have to, wait for the things to cook, things to get prepared. You might have to fucking slice some taters, whatever the fuck. But the reward of you eating something that you prepared, ooh, feels great. Like, what's the fucking reward about going to a fucking place and getting food that's already done? Like, again, a convenience in moderation. If you don't have time to prepare something and you need to get the food, makes sense. You know, go to a restaurant, whatever, get the food prepared, take it home, eat it, all good, all good. But if you have the time, and that's the problem, like a lot of people are getting used to the fucking convenience and they don't want to prepare anymore. You know, like a lot of people just they don't even leave their houses. They just fucking go with like, and you guys in America have like fucking Door Dashes and fucking Uber Eats or whatever the fuck. It's ridiculous. Like you don't even
expensive,
have to leave your fucking place. You just stay home and they deliver to your fucking door. It's so pathetic, man. I don't get it. Like the reward of doing something yourself is so good, but like no one wants to do that shit anymore.
Yeah, that's like, you know, like I said, like I you know, usually my breakfast is, you know, like some eggs and sausage or bacon or something like that, and or maybe I do pancakes sometimes. Like their pancakes are good, even though they're not probably not good for me, but they taste good. So and I made them myself. So I mean, I did use some mix. I mean, I'm not making all of the
That
mix,
doesn't matter.
you know, myself, but
That
yeah,
doesn't matter. As long
like
as you're doing it.
but yeah, it definitely is something that, you know, it's like, well, I made these, and you know, even you know, my wife and my son will be like, oh, these are good, you know, like this is good. Whenever you actually go, you know, try to make it, instead of like, I know a lot of times the sort of, if you buy the meals like and you just warm it up, they're never as good as what you actually try to make. Like my wife would, at one point she was like, well, I'm gonna get some of these things for you for lunch, and I was like, okay, and she got me some like um these like warm up lasagna things, and basically it didn't taste at all like the lasagna that I knew growing up, and I was like, this is not lasagna. This tastes nothing like the lasagna, because my mom would make it herself before, and I was like, this is not lasagna. If I'm eating lasagna, I want to eat real lasagna that's actually been prepared. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just like you know what's gonna be good, and what's gonna be like a better experience for you to do. So sometimes it like you said, it does have, take time. It does require a little bit of hardship to like try to go through the process of everything, but it's I mean, it's good. Like it tastes better. It's probably better for me than a lot of that like pre-processed crap. And it's just gonna overall, like it's more wholesome to like just to you overall, to have it, to make it, actually eat it and enjoy it.
Yeah, listen, I'm a shit fucking cook. I'm a shit cook. I'll admit it. But if I fucking cook a steak, and even if it's like fucking undercooked or whatever, as long as it's like not fucking raw, I'll I'll fucking enjoy it more because I made it in like some fucking fries that are soggy and but as long as they're like warm and fucking shit. But even if they're like fucking soggy and like fucking the typical fast food fries or whatever, I'll still enjoy that shit more. I'll enjoy that meal more than fucking going to McDonald's and fucking buying a burger and fries. Because I fucking did it. I made it. You know? And also, everything in life becomes better with fucking practice. If you don't practice, if you have everything done for you, you will never become better. You'll always be shit. So if you do things and you practice fucking things, eventually at some point, you'll become better. And it's going to get to the point where it's like, man, this is a good fucking meal. And it will be a legitimately fucking good meal. It won't be just like, oh, I made this, so it's kind of whatever. You know? And that's the point.
Yeah, that's kind of like whenever I was first living on my own, I was messing around, and I found some different recipes for stuff, like and then I was like, well, like I don't want to just eat ramen every night or something like that. Like, so I'll actually make something, and I got some like chicken, and basically I made some like a chicken quesadilla, and instead of basically I made my own version of the chicken quesadilla that they have like for like at Taco Bell, but it was homemade, like a homemade version of it. And so I was like, this is actually better than Taco Bell's. Like,
Yeah.
but it did take time and effort, but then I was like, oh, after a few tries of getting the sauce right and everything, it's like, oh, this is actually better than Taco Bell's. Like I felt pretty good about that. I was like, well, if someone ever tries this, they're gonna be blown out of the water compared to what like Taco Bell has.
Yeah, because you're not fucking mass producing all that stupid shit that they fucking do in fast food restaurants. You're just massively done and shit. It's like you might fucking feel good when like the first times and shit, but eventually realize, well, fuck, man, I could do way better than this shit. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Effort is key. Effort turns into real. Like, why the fuck do you think Dark Souls is so good? You know, in a fucking world where every single game was fucking handing out, tips and telling you where the fuck to go, pointing you in the fucking direction you had to go, Dark Souls came along and told you, all right, bro, fucking deal with this shit yourself. Deal with it on your own. And if you complete it, great. If you don't, well, fucking try harder. And there's no difficulty selection. There's nothing like that. You just have to fucking go through it. And you have to do it. That's why the game is so good. Because it's not the same fucking shit over and over and over again. In an industry in the world where everything was fucking holding your hand and taking you to wherever the fuck you needed to go. You know? That's why Dark Souls is so good.
Yeah, I agree. Like the whole experience without seeing, without going through the like trouble of like going to Blight Town or whatever, then you can't enjoy the next aspect of like whenever you go to what's that city, but you go to each area, and each area when you make that trek, and then you find these new areas and you experience it for the first time, you're like, oh, well, I just went through basically
everyone can do that. Experiencing areas, every game has that. Everyone can do that. My point is,
well, but then being able to beat it, like
game,
beating
the bosses, the things you like,
beating Ornstein is small.
Not telling you have to do this and that to beat this boss. No, you have to try and fail multiple times until you realize the patterns of the bosses and until you realize what you can actually do to fucking beat the bosses. And that's why the game is so good, because that's what life is about. Life is not about fucking people giving you the hand and fucking taking you places and telling you what you have to do all the fucking time. Life is about trial and error, taking risks, and fucking, sowing or reaping whatever the fuck the rewards, getting the rewards. In the rewards, when you've done something for those fucking rewards, it feels 10 times better. Just like we were talking about the fucking food, and when you cook the food, it feels way better that you're eating the food that you cooked and shit, rather than fucking some bullshit that's massively produced in a fucking fast food restaurant. It's the same shit. And that's my whole point that I'm trying to make here, is that life is a lot better. Convenience is great. Don't get me wrong. We all need convenience nowadays, especially. But convenience needs balance. It's to be moderated, like you posted. And it can't be the only thing we go for.
Yeah, you need some level of challenge, and you need to be able to like, and that's kind of like what you were talking about earlier, I guess, in a way of like challenging yourself and putting yourself out there into other aspects. And I think that what I'm my next plans for my life, are going to be more challenging to me, for sure, because I'm going to push some of the ideas trying to get involved in things where I can actually be, around other people and get involved in something that's bigger than
There you
just
go.
my little area. Just trying to get involved in stuff. So it's gonna be a little bit different, but I definitely, I'm not going and touring the world necessarily, but just being able, for me, getting to know a lot of different people and being able to get involved in something that is just bigger than just me is going to be something that's a little bit more difficult, but it is going to be something that's going to be rewarding, like you say. So, yeah, I mean, you need to strike the proper balance, like I said there. You have to you have to know when to push it and then when to kind of like let off of it, and when you can accept like some things like that, like some convenience. Okay, maybe I can't be a superhero and cook every meal all the time, but if I cook, you know, if I cook, 70% of the meals, and I'm able to do that, then maybe that does get makes my improves my life by like 10%, like maybe 20%. It may even
10%,
improve your
fucking
life.
more, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it may even improve your life by like 50%. Like
Yeah.
if you were somebody who's a addict to like fast food, if you're cooking 70% of your meals or you're doing something like that, it's going to be an improvement on your life,
Because you'll
as
know
long
what
as
the
you're not
fuck goes in that
cooking
food.
junk food.
You don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck goes
exactly.
in the fucking food, the prepared meals you get. It could spit on that shit, rub their asses on it. You don't know. I know there's fucking
uh,
regulations. You don't fucking know though. You know what I mean? You could be tasting someone's fucking ass hair for all you care. And yeah, if you're preparing your own fucking food, you know what the fuck's in that shit. Because you put it in there and you prepared it and it's yours. And it feels great. Because that's how it's used to be. We're losing our values. We're losing all that shit for convenience, for fucking spending our lives in front of screens and shit like that. You know? That's how it used to
yeah,
be. Like people fucking went hunting, grabbed food, prepared it, fucking skinned the shit out of it, prepared it, smoked it, whatever the fuck, and then they cooked it and enjoyed it. Now it's just like, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm order fucking Uber Eats or whatever. Or
yeah, and that
fucking
I've come to appreciate. Like I haven't actually been able to like get any kills, but like just going and experiencing, like trying to do the attempt of like hunting,
you don't have
getting.
that's just an example. You don't have to hunt. You don't have to fucking
No,
hunt it.
I'm saying I
I'm
do.
just
I'm
saying.
saying I do. But I was saying like I have went, and like just being out there and being in nature and that kind of stuff is an experience too. Like it's not like it got me out of my comfort zone, but it did make me feel better about things. Like it improved my mindset, because then I hear the birds first chirping in the morning. You feel you see all the things like kind of nature going on around you, and it's just kind of peaceful, like the sort of
Take a shit in the
like
woods.
some. Well, I luckily I didn't have to do that, but
Oh, you're missing out, man. You're fucking
I
missing
think
out.
I think I have once, but it wasn't because I wanted to.
There you go.
But
Right. Go on.
yeah, I mean that's just those kind of experiences. Doing that kind of stuff, and especially as my son gets older, being able to take him on those kind of experiences will be fun.
Oh shit,
Because
yeah, have you taken your son fishing or what?
yeah, I've taken him like 3 or 4 times, but he doesn't understand. Like he was really confused that I was putting the worm on there as bait, and then all of a sudden, whenever I cast it out there and everything, he's like he doesn't understand that you kind of have to let it sit. He's very impatient, but I've made an effort of it. I tried to get him to be interested in it. I was like, hey, let's just sit here and see if we like watch for the because if you've been fishing, then you know how if you have a bobber, the bobber is supposed to go under the water, and then that way that knows that lets you know that your hook is being taken. And that way you can reel it in. So I tried to show him, and we got one that nibbled at the worm, but then like he was too impatient. He was like, well, Dad, especially the area that is down there, they have a little playground, and he was like, Dad, I want to go play on the playground now. And I was like, well,
Well, it
okay, we'll
takes
go play on
time
the
to
playground for him.
takes time to get your kid to enjoy that kind of shit, especially when your kid is fucking born into a world of computers and phones and shit. Like you need to
Yeah.
mold him and teach him about enjoying nature, fucking camping, fishing, that kind of shit, so that he can be a good parent for his kids. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we'll
pretty much
probably have to
it.
do some. I'll probably have to take him with me at some point and try to get him out there and let him see. Especially, he likes seeing the deer whenever they come out and stuff like that. So probably probably won't take him with me all the time, but yeah, definitely getting him out there and letting him see that kind of stuff, like see deer walking around the woods and stuff like that. Be an experience for him for sure.
Yeah, to teach the kid how to be patient. That's something to learn. It's not the fucking inherent flaw. It's something you can learn. You can learn to be patient. You don't have to, you know, like you're not born impatient forever. You can learn how to be patient. I used to be a fucking
Yeah.
hyperactive kid. And then yeah, I learned how to fish by becoming calm and again being patient. It's like you're either patient and you fucking have no fish, or you have fish, or you're impatient and everything fucking goes away. There you go. It's something that's
Yeah.
taught.
Well, did you have any other interesting things that you saw that you, or we kind of on a tangent now because I forgot like even if there's
I
anything
mean,
that you specifically.
this is the maze of thoughts, man. We're talking about
Yeah,
thoughts. I mean, this is the
not
most
those kind of
natural this
thoughts.
show
No,
has ever been.
not those kind of thoughts. So we're not we're not on Twitch, so we don't have to talk about the Twitch thoughts, I guess. But we can actually, if you wanna, if you want to see this is the clip that you were talking about. I found the clip that you're talking about, the Alex Jones thing. This is hilarious.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can play it. Man, Bonat, I don't fucking use Leon Finance, dude. I don't give a shit. I mean, I like Hive for the MSP waves and shit, but I don't give a fuck about anything else, to be honest with you. I'm a fucking idiot, man. I'm a simple guy. That shit's too much for my fucking head. Okay, let me see here. No capture. Fuck. God damn it.
Stop boomering it, pig.
I had this shit set up for fucking YouTube. Now it's all different because of fucking Twitter. Stupid ass fucking Twitter. Okay.
One of the things you've been talking about on your show is your allegation that government officials.
Why is James Corden going against Alex Jones? I don't get it.
He does look like him.
Are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children. Right?
You mean like what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
It's ridiculous. Oh my God.
One of the
And there it is.
That was pretty funny though. Like they, he's like talking about like Epstein and the Clintons, and they're like, oh god. Oh, that's pretty funny.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
Yeah, none of them have been.
wrong.
Did you see like the Ghislaine Maxwell? She got moved to a different prison, like a more cushy prison.
Hmm.
Apparently, some people were saying she was gonna get like she was gonna get Epstein. But
Who?
then Ghislaine Maxwell,
Oh.
they were saying she was gonna get Epstein, because she was getting moved to a more cushy prison, and then like, but then there was like, like none of the people that she told that none of the people in the book, none of the people that were mentioned or whatever apparently are gonna getting tried for any of this, but there can be this kind of stuff on like Alex Jones, like it's just dumb.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, that's just depressing shit. Let's move on from that. We talked about it before, so
Yeah.
done. Scratch that. It's gone. Done. Moving on.
So this is pretty funny. The New York City mayor is actually asking for people who are going to be getting jobs at the city that they have to provide a picture of
I
themselves.
don't give a. Dude,
to-
I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about America, man. American can suck a dick. Come on, man. Did she have something about the world?
There was something, I forget what it was.
That was a dick move. I'm sorry, but like, come on, man.
Don't you know Americans only think America exists? Like,
I know that. I don't. Yeah, I know that. Talk about Portugal then. All right, it's been hot as fuck. I'm close to leaving. Monday, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And yeah, these nuts.
Here's something I guess international we could talk about. There's an WNBA basketball player that got from the US that got caught in Russia with weed, and she's going to be serving 9 years in Russian prison.
Who?
Let me see if I can find it's Brittany Griner.
No idea who that is.
So let's see here. Yeah, here it is. She's sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison. And they're like the US and like Biden and them were like, oh, like how
is this
terrible.
international, man?
Because she was in Russia. She was in Russia and she's gonna be detained. But she's an American citizen.
Who cares about American basketball women's thing? Who watches that shit?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
very
talk
few.
about
Very
let's talk
few.
about porn, dude. Like, have you watched
Okay.
porn?
Go for it. I have before. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite porn star?
I mean, if I had to pick, God, like
No looking it up.
probably Reed. Yeah.
Who?
Riley Reed.
Oh my god. The worst fucking porn star in the world, man. She's a fucking ironing board, man. What are you talking about? She's uncultured, stupid, and annoying. And she's as flat as a fucking ironing board. Like,
Then how does
literally
she?
the worst fucking porn star ever. You know? Like, you know, if I was to choose, honestly, Lexi Luna. Like, fucking Lexi Luna is my favorite. Like, she's got it all. She's beautiful. She's got tits. She's got butt. She's got curves. She plays a lot of MILFs in a lot of films that she does. And she's got it all. She's got the whole package. And she fucks like a fucking, like, you know, like the world's about to end. Besides Lexi Luna, ooh, I'd say Alessa Savage.
Not Alexis Texas. Not Alexis Texas.
Nah, too mainstream, too boring.
You gotta find
like,
the niche ones like the.
Yep, I don't fucking like the mainstream bitches. Born generally read cruelly mocked after marrying free runner Pasha, whatever the fuck is trolls say. Mama must be proud, huh? Dude, this bitch was literally on a fucking No Jumper interview.
Yeah.
And she's just so fucking annoying, man. She talks like a fucking black chick. Like you're like the color of a fucking white wall freshly painted. And why the fuck are you talking like you're fucking from the ghetto? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You're just like, oh my god. She's so annoying. I fucking hate Riley Reid.
Literally, yeah, I hate her personality. Like
I hate
her personality's awful.
Like, again, she's an iron, like she's as flat as an ironing board. She's got no ass. She's got no boobs. She's not that pretty. She doesn't have anything. She literally has nothing. You know? The only thing she's got is she got lucky, basically. Somehow.
That's what happens when you get connections.
Yep. Pretty much. And I hate it. I don't know if Lexi Luna has anything. She's not much of a. I don't think she's much of a like annoying bitch that gets on fucking news articles and shit. Yeah, she basically just has like her porn videos. That's it. And that's why I like her. That is why I like her.
Oh, this will be interesting to you, Pig.
I'm sure it is.
It will, I promise. It has to do with pigs. Let's see. Where's the article here? Yes. So this.
Out of all of those, I only know fucking Janet Jameson. And it's
they took some pigs that were dead and they were able to actually reverse death, or at least revive some cells They took some dead brain cells of like dead pigs, the brain cells out of dead pigs, and they actually got the cells to be living according to what they're saying. So they were actually performing pig necromancy. It's crazy. The seemingly dead cells were revived.
Okay. I mean, they've done this in Russia. There's literally videos about it. With a dog. Where they
I haven't
basically
seen the
put
dog thing.
they put a dead dog breathing and moving his head through machinery and stuff. And I'm talking about something from like the fucking 80s, by the way. It's not like something from 2022. So this is again not impressive. But fucking
Yeah, but
dude,
this is down to like
cells?
this. Yeah,
Fucking
these-
cells? Like, come on, man. Who the fuck cares about fucking cells? It's not the whole body. Like,
Well, they
cells
said
can be so much
their
fucking
heads
shit.
actually. Well, they're saying they actually got their head to move whenever they could.
Well,
Whenever they
isn't that
activated
fucking
the cells.
rigor mortis? Or whatever the fuck it's
No,
called.
no, they're saying the cells were alive and actually they were able to like once they had the cells active alive, then they could inject something and it would trigger the cells to trigger movement in the body. So the head would actually move because of the cells being alive.
I need to see it to believe it. I'm one of those guys. Sorry,
I mean,
I'm
I
an
agree with you.
atheist. I'm sorry, I'm an atheist. I need to see it to believe it. I'm sorry.
I agree
I
with
don't,
you.
I don't buy
I
fucking fairy tales. I'm sorry.
I don't like the idea of like totally like just necromancy. I think there's got to be more to this story. You had to show me something.
I mean, yeah, I can write a fucking article and say like, I revived a fucking zombie from a fucking what is this fucking called? Fucking Egyptian pharaoh.
Oh, mummy, yeah, you bring back the mummy. Did you ever watch that movie, like the Mummy?
I watched all of them.
You watched all the whole? Was there a trilogy or did they just? I know there was Mummy and Mummy
There was
Returns.
4 or 5, I think.
God, dude, I think I've only watched 3, but yeah, after the second one,
I think the
just
last
kinda-
one was with Tom Cruiser. And
explains why I didn't watch it. 'Cause
fucking Anthony Hopkins as well. And I think there were 4. I remember the first one is quite simple. I think the third one, is it the second or the third one with The Rock? It's just The Rock as CGI. It's not even like the actual Rock. It's just The Rock as CGI, which is fucking hilarious.
I think you're
I
thinking
think
of Scorpion
this-
King, not Mummy.
No, it's The Mummy.
Oh wait, Mummy Returns. Yeah, I think that's the second one. Yeah.
Yep. I fucking know what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, that scene was really bad.
It's dog shit. Fucking CGI was awful.
Probably why I don't remember that movie because it sucks so bad. The original Mummy wasn't bad, but the second one, yeah, it wasn't good.
I like
And
the
then the third
first
one was-
one, the
yeah.
third one, and the Tom Cruiser one was kind of meh. The fact that it has Anthony Hopkins gives it a lot of fucking credit, but the rest of it is pretty meh. Fucking Rachel Weisz, though. God damn, I'd fuck the shit out of her.
Yeah, so I guess we only got a couple
Ron-
minutes here.
Yeah, I've got about 2 minutes. Ron's leaving early though. That's crazy. Never seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 2 minutes left. I can't really think of anything to like just off the top of my
it's
head to
the shit talk, man. Just shit talk until we say where people can find us.
Are there any like have you seen anything like cool that you're like looking forward to watch or play or anything?
Movies or
Movies or video games? Like honestly, I don't know
no
anything that's coming out.
No.
Nothing looks interesting.
I've not watched into anything. I've just literally been like fucking watching streams. Yeah. Watching streams and TV, and that's it. And TV is just fucking repeats and repeats and repeats. Again, when I get into Bulgaria and I start like doing my shit and fucking fixing my life and that got like last month has been, my head has been all over the fucking place. So yeah. Anyways, you can find me on EldritchsPIG and
Trey50Daniel everywhere.
And thank you very much for listening. We'll see you guys on the next week. All right. So I think that's it for the stream here. We're still live on YouTube's and Vim, so we can say like a proper thing. But yeah, to just continue my thought process there. Last month, my head has been all over the fucking place. And yeah, so when I get to where I need to get and I settle down and that kind of shit, I'll start getting into that stuff again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so how's the process been for like trying to get set up in for your move and everything, or like have
Alright,
you
hold-
went through that
hold-
whole process?
Hold up.
Oh,
Fuck. I literally removed my earbuds because I stepped on the cable. I managed to remove my earbuds. I can't hear you right now, but the fucking rubbers were in my fucking ear still. So that was kind of like an achievement and a half. Fuck it, I'll just put them on with without the fucking rubbers. We're still live. We're still live on YouTube and Vim, so let's just be done with that. So thank you very much for listening, everybody. We'll see you guys on the next week. I don't know if I'm going to be there on the next week. Maybe, hopefully. But if not, Trey might be there with someone else. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. Like we said earlier, you can find me pretty much everywhere as EldritchsPIG. And you can find Trey50Daniel everywhere as Trey50Daniel. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you guys on the next week. Later.